Here we go. Hello, folks. Welcome to Saturday Night Gaming with Mark W. and Rob Bob. I happen to be Mark W.
And I'm Rob Bob.
And he is from remote tonight. And tonight I'm going to play the brand new version 1.0 of Shattered Pixel Dungeon. Now, what is Shattered Pixel Dungeon? Well, Pixel Dungeon is a really nice roguelike game that I've enjoyed a lot on my iPhone. It has a really great interface for mobile, which is more than you can say for most roguelikes. And it's a solid game too. It has a much, it's kind of a standard dungeon crawl kind of game, but it has a nice tight design. It's kind of the opposite of the throw everything but the kitchen sink at you style that like NetHack is. Maybe not total opposite, but it is a much tighter design, and it's a great game. I played it quite a bit, but Shattered is a variant of it that I've heard is popular for a long time. But it only just, I believe, 2 days ago, maybe three, only then did it achieve 1.0 stats, version 1.0. Before then, it was kind of, kind of a continuous experimental, like I guess you could say beta kind of state. But yeah, after 7 years of development, it is officially 1.0, and it was just released in the App Store for iOS if you want to buy it that way. It might be free to play on your PC, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, the author, his name is Evan, what's his last name? Evan Debenham, and he's worked hard on this game. He started Shattered, again, 7 years ago in 2014. Uh, but the original Pixel Dungeon it's older than that. I don't quite remember how old. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this because I played a lot of Pixel Dungeon. I've beaten Pixel Dungeon with 3 out of the 4 characters that you can choose from. Um, and I don't know what to expect here. I'm expecting awesome because I know this is a popular variant, and I am really happy to play this for sure. So why don't we just begin? By the way, I am playing, just to be clear, on my phone, iPhone. So you'll probably see me kind of looking down a bit, and that's okay. Um, well, it is what it is, right? So let's begin. Let's read what this says, by the way. Welcome to Shattered Pixel Dungeon. Each run through the dungeon is a new, challenging experience, and be careful, death is permanent. Getting started is simple, but strategy is required if you want to win. Happy dungeoneering. Okay, so pretty standard so far. Choose your hero. Yeah, you have to unlock everybody except the warrior, who's your basic warrior type, obviously. But there's also the mage, who's basically good at wands, carries a unique magical staff. Okay.
We don't have anyone unlocked yet.
Yeah. The rogue can control the flow of battle and strike from invisibility using his unique cloak of shadows. To unlock him, perform 10 surprise attacks in one run. What was the unlock criteria for the mage? I'm going back to the mage. Use the scroll of
Scroll of
upgrade to make an item stronger. Sorry?
upgrade. I said scroll of upgrade.
Right, okay. And lastly, the huntress is a master of thrown weapons and has a unique magical bow with infinite arrows. To unlock her, hit 15 different enemies with thrown weapons in one run. So yeah, she's good. She's good at range stuff. In the original Pixel Dungeon, I've beaten the game with the first 3 characters, but not the Huntress. I couldn't quite make that happen. But later in the game, you find, at least in the original Pixel Dungeon, there are subclasses of each kind. Like you can be a warrior, and then later do you transform into one of 2 other kinds of warriors. I can't quite remember the subclass names. It's been a while since I played the original Pixel Dungeon, and I don't know what differences to expect here between this new Shattered variant and the old. So let's begin as a warrior.
It looks pretty similar to the original.
Whoa, this looks different.
So that looks different.
They never had anything looking like this before, like a kind of realistic sort of art. It was always kind of the large head and the large pixels. So I'm kind of surprised to see this at all, but wow, it's pretty cool. Hey Ryan, how's it going tonight? Ryan has joined us in the chat. Okay, so I don't have sound on because I could set it up. It's a little weird to set up iPhone sound through OBS. You have to kind of do this kind of a hack where you record it with QuickTime, and I've done it before. I just didn't feel like doing it tonight because this game doesn't usually have much meaningful sound anyway, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go with it on mute. But I'm wondering if it's like saying anything right now or something, or if it's just waiting for me to tap. Anyway, I just tapped. Ryan says hi, Rob Bob.
Hey,
Hi. What are you up to, Ryan? Besides watching my loser self. Alright, let's enter as the warrior. Many heroes have ventured into the dungeon before you from the city above. Most have never been heard from again. It is said that an ancient evil lurks in the depths, guarding the almighty amulet of Yendor. Even now, dark energy radiates from below, making its way up into the city. Will you conquer the dungeon and claim the amulet? It's time to start your own adventure. Yeah, so
another game with the Amulet of Yendor.
the Amulet of Yendor. That's like the staple of roguelike. It's almost like such a it's a cliche, but it's something that people embrace because it's the whole point of it. It's like it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just a goal, and that's kind of like keep the tradition going by calling it the Amulet of Yendor, which was first introduced, I think, in the original Rogue from the early '80s. And Hack and NetHack, etc. They all have the Amulet of Yendor. Pixel Dungeon had the Amulet of Yendor. It's just kind of the goal of a lot of these roguelike games. It's almost like an in-joke. And what it comes from is the word Yendor is the name Rodney, the ordinary real world name Rodney, spelled backwards. I think someone involved in Rogue originally was named Rodney, or they knew someone named Rodney or something like that. Descending. Okay, the upper level of the dungeon actually constitutes the city's sewer system. As dark energy has crept up from below, the usually harmless sewer creatures have become more and more dangerous. So we are fighting things in the sewer that have gotten like mutated or something, or just more evil, so to speak. The city sends guard patrols down here to try and maintain safety for those above, but they are slowly failing. The place is dangerous, but at least the evil magic at work here is weak. How are our volume, by the way, guys? I noticed Rob Bob's meter seems to be a little bit on the high side, so I might just increase mine a little bit using the gain
Okay.
filter because I actually have my volume cranked up. But I guess I'll leave it for now unless Ryan or somebody else says otherwise. But Ryan says he's going to be right back cooking burgers. Okay, so he probably can't comment on that at the moment. So let's just leave it as is for now. All right, so I am rusty and there are new things, so I'm going to be taking it a little bit slow. Generally in Pixel Dungeon you can hack through this tall grass and find seeds. Are they called seeds? I think they are. And the seeds can have
You can
different
find
effects.
dewdrops.
Dewdrops. Yeah,
They
where
get,
do you find the seeds?
I don't know.
Maybe they're in here too. Well, whatever. Yeah, so the dewdrops, they again, the gears are turning because it's been a while. But the dewdrops, you can either touch them and they heal you right away, or you can put them in a what is it like a vial or something like that and collect
Like a
them.
bottle.
Yeah, it's a bottle. So you have to find the bottle, I believe, and you can collect them. So that if you take the bottle and fill it with dewdrops, I forget how many it takes. Like maybe you can fill it with 10 or something like that. Then it's like an extra life. But you also have the option to drink it on demand. So if you only had, 8 of the 10, if 10 is the number to fill it, then you could actively just consume it all to heal you. But once you have it full of dewdrops, it's like an extra life, and that's usually where you want to be to have it in that state. But here's a book. Introduction. Greetings, adventurer. You are reading the Tome of Dungeon Mastery. This book is full of tips and tricks to help budding adventurers survive and excel. This guide is best used as a reference and will magically let you know when is the best time to read each page. Of course, you can still read it all at once if you prefer. Whenever the journal icon at the top right blinks, the guidebook has something to tell you. Some pages seem to be ripped out of the dungeon, though. Perhaps you can find them in the dungeon. Alright, so let's see what we got here. This is the journal. You can just read the whole thing. But the page is missing. I guess that's just to be like, to leave some mystery. It'll give you some information as you encounter it. And the very top right, we have settings. Alright, this is fine how it is probably. Yeah, fine. One new thing to me is this thing that looks like a wine skin, where it says 0 out of 20 at the bottom. That's something I haven't seen before. So that must be new. It's your water skin. Okay, so maybe you can fill it up with water or maybe even those dewdrops. I have 3. What are these, stones? Okay, I can throw the stones, so I guess I can use those as a very rudimentary missile weapon. Here's my pack. This part looks mostly familiar to me. I have starting with cloth armor. I don't know what the red X thing is that's animating. That's new to me. But let's read over this. This lightweight armor offers basic protection. This armor blocks 0 to 2 damage and requires 10 strength to use properly. Yeah, so every in the original Pixel Dungeon, at least, I'm assuming it's the same here, you have a strength requirement for everything you want to use. I don't remember if it's a hard requirement or you get like penalized if you use something that you don't have the strength for. So one of the most important things you need to do in this game is get your strength up. And if I recall correctly, there's a limit. It's like every zone, which consists of 5 levels, has, I think, 2 potions in it. And if you accidentally destroy one of the potions, then tough luck. Or if you miss out on it, tough luck. So it's kind of critical to collect all the potions. But again, that is the original Pixel Dungeon, and I don't know what all the differences are here in Shattered. But let's keep reading. The warrior's broken seal attached to this armor is providing him up to 1 shielding. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this before actually.
I think
Yeah,
that might be the red thing.
yeah, I think that's it. I think you can detach that. So if you get a better armor, it's like a transferable upgrade. So I can hit the detach button and put it on another armor if I get it later. That's part of my bonus of being a warrior. So, it's weird because I remember seeing that before, but it's not in the original. So it's possible I might have played this variant or a different one on the PC. Now that I see that, but I don't know. Other things don't look familiar to me. So we have a worn short sword, a quite short sword worn down through heavy use. It is both weaker and a bit lighter than a short sword in better condition. This tier 1 melee weapon deals 1 to 10 damage and requires 10 strength to use properly. Alright. And here we have food. These are important, these rations of food. Yeah, so I'm mentally dusting my cobwebs, but you can get hungry like in other roguelikes like NetHack. I think basically your life meter starts going down as you're hungry. Or it might be you have to get to the point of starving and then that happens. So yeah, so I'm a little rusty about
Yeah, I think
how that works.
it
You
was
remember?
when you're starving, and then after a little bit of being starving, you start like dying.
Right, you are. Okay. And I do remember there are times when you could be starving for a while, but you don't want to necessarily eat right away because I guess it was almost like, well, I have a lot of life to spare. Let me just hold off. Because basically you want to, it's a scarce resource, these rations of food. So you want to not necessarily just consume them right away. That's my recollection anyway. And we have this magnifying glass, which says to search. You press again to search or press a tile to examine. So you can just see what's in a tile, like I just clicked on the grass. Or you can press twice to do the search action, which you might want to do if there's like a secret door or something. I guess the clock is just a wait a turn. Yeah, I think I just wasted a turn. That's all right. Really though, you do want to be really efficient with your turns as much as possible. So I'm just kind of fooling around the first time kind of thing. But you have to like make every step count generally. All right, so let's clear some grass and see if we find some dew or something. There's some dew. Now the question is it going to go into the water skin or not? I'm not sure that. It did. It went right into there. See, it says 1 of 20 now. So I guess in this version, you don't have to find the holder for the dew. You just start with this water skin. And if you remember, I said you have to fill it up to get the extra life, essentially. So I guess I have to get 20 dew in this version of the game. And by the way, one reason why this is really great on mobile is you can really just zoom in and out freely using, the pinches and all that stuff. You just tap where you want to go. It really is a great interface for mobile, which is not usually a thing in roguelikes, at least not in the traditional ones. So this is really good for that. And it gives you the shortest path too. For example, if I click right around the corner, it won't waste time making me go at a perfect right angle. It'll skip over to the diagonal. So it's really good like that. It doesn't let you waste time unless you explicitly tell it to. All right, so here we are in the sewers. Basically, we're looking for the stairs and anything to power up along the way. We definitely want to get those dewdrops. If we find weapon and armor, then great. Okay, here's a rat.
Said the, what's
Sorry,
the potion? You
what was
said
it?
that in at least the original Pixel Dungeon that potions are required or good to get.
Yes, potions, right. I think you have to identify them, right?
Yeah,
It's like you don't know what they all
yeah,
are at first. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's a
kind of net hack in that
yeah,
way.
that's another roguelike tradition. Here you if you surprise a rat, I think while they have exclamation point, you can get a more solid hit on them. And this game has a weird mechanic that is actually pretty cool in practice, although at first description it might sound like what? That makes no sense. And that is if you lure a monster through a door, as they step into the door, you get a bonus to your attack if you hit them at that moment. I guess it's like you're waiting outside the door and they come in, and then you go whack. It is cool though. Somehow it adds a lot to the game. All right, so I killed him in one shot though, so no issue there. We got some more food and 2 scrolls to check out and a key. On the top right, you can see the key now. It says crystal key. I guess that goes with a crystal lock or something like that. Here's some scrolls. Yeah, so scrolls are also the kind of, traditional roguelike kind of thing where you don't know what they do until you try it. And I don't remember the strategy of what, you know, when you want to just read them blindly or not. Since I don't really remember, I'm just going to go with it. I do recall maybe it's a potion, but there's something that sets you on fire. And until you find that, it's good to be hanging out in the water. Because if you get set on fire, you're it's really bad because you take damage and it also burns all your stuff that you're holding. Like, maybe not all your stuff, it might just be the scrolls. And you keep getting hurt until you find some water to jump into. Hey Arturo, how's it going? Arturo says, what is that thing you stole from the rat? Cheese? No, it's a food ration. And he wasn't actually holding it. He was kind of just hanging out around it. It's one of these food rations here. So I have 2 of those now. I guess I'll read a random scroll. This one is called the Scroll of Conan. All right, here we go. I'm a little nervous. What did it do? Cleanse an item. Okay, maybe that's like removing a curse or something like that. It
Do you
looks like,
have to use it? It looks like you do.
well, I read the scroll, so it's giving me a choice of what I want to cleanse.
So
But everything's grayed out, so I think that means it's because I don't have anything, I guess, cursed or dirty. You're making a lot of like thump and crunch sounds. Could you
sorry.
please mute when you're thumping and crunching?
Yeah, I'm chewing a water bottle.
Chewing a water bottle. Okay, folks. I'm
Sorry.
gonna try this scroll anyway, see if I can cleanse it. It looks like I cannot cleanse anything, so I have to hit I guess off the dialogue. Do you really want to cancel the scroll usage? It will be consumed anyway. I guess I don't have a choice, right? I hit no, I changed my mind. Like, can I click on anything? Not really. So I have to say yes, I'm positive. All right, so I wasted that scroll, but I've identified it now at least. And let's try the other. Scroll of Rado or Rido. A surge of energy courses through your body, invigorating your wands. Okay, that's a good one if I recall. It charges up your wands. Except they don't have any wands, so kind of wasted that. All right, that's how it goes. Yeah, I don't recall if it is generally better to hold on to unidentified stuff. I don't remember how you identify it. It might be like in an attack where you need a scroll of identify. And there might be other ways too. I don't know, let's just keep moving forward. So we're in the water, we'll get out, go through the
You may get to
door.
talk to the carrot man.
That's Toe Jam and Earl reference. All right, so here's a lock with a crystal key working it. You don't have a matching key. All right, so we can try looking at the lock. It says a locked door. I was hoping it would say something like a steel locked door or something to know that I would need a steel key to match. But I don't know. I have a crystal key. I don't remember there being different keys in the original. This is $5, by the way, for iOS. All right, here we have snakes are new, by the way, but rats are not. The snake is still sleeping, but it looks like I woke up 2 rats. So one thing I can do is I can walk forward and smack the rat, but he's going to be unsurprised by then, and I'll probably wake up the snake. So what I'll do is I'll step out of the door, and then when he pops through the door, again, like I said before, you get a bonus to hit when a monster walks right into the doorway, just like it did. I'm assuming they left that bonus intact in this game. All right, so here, the door is already open, so I don't think it counts. So I'm just gonna have to, well, I could just wait and then beat him up next turn. Another option that can run back through this other door that's up above me. And it actually does add some interesting stuff to this game because it's like I could choose, do I want to waste a little more time to get into a better, strategic position, or do I want to just rush and fight him? And as I said before, every turn counts because you have this whole ticking time bomb of your food, basically. So it actually is a meaningful decision. It's not like a no-brainer. But I'm gonna go for erring on the side of caution because I'm pretty much a weakling right now. The problem is he's not actually following me at the moment. That feels different from what I'm used to. So maybe they got a little smart. Where'd he go? Wow, interesting. By the way, is the game looking blurry a lot? I'm glancing up at my OBS and it keeps like kind of looking
Yeah,
weird.
I'm noticing there's a lot of like
Okay, that
it
says
looks bad sometimes.
seems like when I scroll the screen or move,
I,
it's a
I
little.
just assumed that was a problem with Discord, so I
No,
didn't
it's
mention it.
not because I see it in OBS directly.
Wow.
I unfortunately have no idea why it would do that. So I guess we just deal with it, unfortunately.
Alright.
If it gets really bad, let me know and I'll try to play with something, but I really don't know what I can do except like maybe just, you know, remove and add the device again or, things like that. Arturo said it does look weird. All right. Sorry about that. All right. I guess I'm going to step forward and I've awoken the snake. So now I will go here, smack the snake. I killed it in one shot, even though I only did 4 damage. That was a sewer snake, it's called. Damn, what is going on? That's annoying.
You should have surprised it just as it woke it up.
Was I right next to it when I was surprised?
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
you were like diagonal,
okay. I could have just hit it then.
but you still killed it in one shot.
Weird thing is, it's also laggy, because like it takes a while to update, even on my local. Hmm. Uh, I don't know. Should I try something? What do you guys think? Should I try to fiddle with fixing it or just leave it? Let me just try one thing. I'm just gonna check if I have too much crap running that I'm unaware of. Sometimes you have something that is eating up CPU or whatever. Um, but weird thing is I can like see myself update in real time, like I wave, but it's like then I scroll the screen in the game and it's lagged. Then when it finally does update, it's blurry. Uh, there's probably a couple things I could quit. I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference though. What are you doing? Flushing the toilet? You should not bring the microphone into the toilet.
I had an empty water bottle and I flicked it across the desk and it made a loud noise.
Okay. Yeah, I'll believe you this time. All right. Arturo says fill it or fix it. Is that?
What?
I guess he's asking me to.
Oh,
Let
the
me
fill.
let me see what happens if I just shrink my OBS window. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
With the
Hmm.
fill the water bottle.
Fill the water bottle. Oh, it did sound like a toilet. He said fill the bottle. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
iPhone capture is just being annoying. That's all. Fill the bottle is what he meant. Okay. Let me try one thing. I'll try it. If it takes longer than like 2 minutes, I'll just punt on it. But iOS device marked iPhone. I'm trying a different method. I don't know if it's gonna help. And now you see nothing. That's okay for the moment. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay. All right, I think we're gonna have to live with it, unfortunately. So can you see Rob Bob? Okay. Like okay enough,
Yes.
even though I shrunk it. All right, let's keep going. Very weird. Okay, so Let's check out the tall grass down here. Oh, we have another rat friend. So, can I get into a good position to like surprise it? I'd have to run back up to the door probably. He's surprised right now. I could throw a rock at him. Come here, ratty ratty. Smack. So I got another dewdrop. I can put it right in the water skin. And let's keep going. What are those, traps or something? There is a worn dart trap. A small dart blower must be hidden nearby. Activating this trap will cause it to shoot at the nearest target. I'm trying to process what that means. Due to this age, it's not very harmful, though. It isn't even hidden. So that's why I can see it. It's kind of a crap trap. Well, let me read that again. Activating this trap will cause it to shoot at the nearest target. Okay, so a small dart blower must be hidden nearby. All I can think of what it means is that like the dart blower might be in a different location, but that stepping there triggers it. But the dart blower would just shoot whatever's closest, not necessarily who steps on the trap. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know.
That would make sense.
But then where did it come
Also, a
from?
potion.
Also a potion and a rat. All right, let's just tackle the rat without doing any fancy tricks. It worked well there. I am sorry that it looks ugly. I'm really puzzled by this, especially that I look at OBS and it takes a while to update just to go from my iPhone cable over. And I've done this before and it wasn't like that. So whatever. I don't know. I found an amber potion. And let's say bottoms up. This flask contains a swirling, colorful liquid. Who knows what it will do when drunk or thrown? Yeah, sometimes you're better off throwing a potion because it could light everything on fire. Here it goes.
But
Plus
you're in
one
water.
strength.
So,
Got plus one strength. It's a potion of strength. That's the one
yeah.
that you really want. As I said, I believe, at least in the original Pixel Dungeon, there are two of them every 5 levels. Every 5 levels is a whole separate section of dungeon, like the sewers is one of them. The dwarvish, whatever, the dwarven halls or something is another. And they're each chunks of 5 levels each, but I think there's only two potions of strength in the 5 level blocks. So it's really good to get those as they're very important. And it's good to get one right off the bat. Why is my crystal key at the top flashing? That must mean something. Well, I'm pressing it, but nothing's happened. There we go. Examining? Oh, that's giving me a journal tip, basically. Rushing into enemies is almost never the best way to deal with them. It's important to take your time and study your opponents and surroundings so that you can learn how best to defeat them. Examining things also takes no time, so it's best to get in the habit of doing it to everything new you encounter. You can examine something by tapping on the magnifying glass. Yeah, we know that. Alright, so part of me wants to trigger the trap just to see how it works, but maybe I should just only do that when there's a rat around, or some kind of guinea pig. Not a literal guinea pig. Alright, another dewdrop, so we're at 3. Hello, marsupial rats. There are 2. Let's step closer. This one wakes up. We step back. Get him in the door. We wait. Smack. Smack again. Smack again. Alright, so far we're doing pretty good. I mean, this is basic stuff, but it is very easy to take damage in this game, and hasn't happened yet. There we go, I took damage. Oh yeah, I think this is ringing a bell. You heal naturally over time, but if you're hungry, maybe only if you're starving, you don't. So that is the downside to starving. I'm starting to kind of refresh myself on how the hunger works, because I feel like a lot of times I would just let myself run around starving just because I had a lot of hit points. I think it becomes more of a concern when you can't recover hit points because you're starving. Oh, I'm looping back to the upstairs right there, by the way. So let's scroll around, and I guess we gotta head back here. Let's go. All right. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm really sorry about this quality issue. I literally no idea what the bottleneck here is. Now, I'm gonna try one thing real quick. I'm gonna just delete the device in OBS and re-add it. So bear with me 1 minute. I'm not really sure if that's even gonna help, but let's give it a shot. So what we do is basically a video capture device. I call it iPhone video. I mean, it's Pixel Dungeon. I could try lowering the resolution. I mean, it's giant pixels in the first place, right? Let's try doing that. I'll make it like, I mean, the text is kind of, oh, whatever. Let's just try it one level lower. All right, here we are. Let's see what happens if I scroll. Hey, it's real time all of a sudden. Cool. I think that's gonna fix it, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's just go with it, see what happens. So it could be that I just re-edited the device, or it could be that I used a lower resolution. So let's go with that and continue. Might look a little bit on the blurrier side because it's lower res. I think overall it looks okay. All right, cool. Yeah, this looks better. Wow. Yeah, it's not doing the weird blurry thing, and it's responding to everything I do in real time. Cool. So let's just keep going. All right, we open the door, and there's nothing here. What is going on there? That looks familiar, but I don't recall what. Is that like the cauldron or something? Distant well. You can just make out a well in the depths below. Perhaps there is something down there. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Is that like the floor below you, maybe?
What do you mean more and more lost pixels, Arthur? Ryan says, okay, I'm back. Hey, Art. Hey, Ryan. Welcome back. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Now we can see you kill rats with full clarity. Great, great, great. I want everybody to see me kill rats in real time and see me scrolling around to find the rats in real time. I'm gonna go ahead to this lock, but I don't think I have the key. Oh no, there's another place I can check here. By the way, this is as I say, you really want to make efficient use of all your turns. So unfortunately, I have to double back quite a bit to get all the way up to this corridor. It's not ideal, but it is what it is, right? Here's a snake. Let's throw a rock in. Let's just try it. Here, we're throwing a rock. Splat. Killed the snake in one hit with the rock. And I wonder if I could have just stepped on the trap and tried to kill it that way or something. I don't know. I'm like very curious about these dark traps, but afraid to touch them. Oh, no more lost pixels, says Arturo. Cool. Brian said I was talking with one of our IT folks, and his laugh sounded exactly like you, like me or Arturo. Yeah, you don't know how Arturo. Oh no, you actually do because of the times we played that tank game. We
Yeah, that
should
was
do that
fun.
again, by the way. What was that, Rob?
I said that was fun.
That was fun. That we definitely should do it again. I just got a wand of magic missile. I'm surprised I can just know out of the box that what they're identified as. I guess it was like that in the original too. I just
Um,
Yep.
there's still a lot of
Oh,
glitches.
now it's doing
By
it
the way.
again. Sorry, what?
Yeah, I said there's a lot of glitches and stuff.
Huh. And it's like laggy again too. Like, why would it degrade like that? It's so weird. Um, Trying to think if I can do anything else. I use buffering checkbox. Should I try use buffering? I don't even. That would seem like it would be less than real time, if anything.
Yeah, it seems like there's still some delay as well.
All right. So I'm going to show you how to delay it. Watch. I'm going to go. I'm going to scroll my finger down the screen right now. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh,
What is with that?
not
Oh.
good.
Um. This is unfortunate. Shall I go one level lower? I don't know. I'm gonna try that. Uh, Hopefully you can still see it. I don't. No, it looks blurry now.
No, I can't see the health at the top.
Can't see the health at the top. It's right here.
Yeah, I can, but like it's hard to read.
Oh, I see. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the issue is. It seems like re-adding it helped. Re-adding the device helped, but then it degraded again. So don't know what to say about that. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. So I go to video, capture device. I type in iPhone video. I swear this has never happened to me before. Let's put it below my face and stuff. Alright. And I have a feeling it's going to work instantly now, but then degrade. No, it actually is already degraded. Okay. What the hell is this crap? Do I need like a better cable or something? Like, I don't have another one handy though. Yeah. That's why he said katana is Japanese for sword. Okay. It means Japanese sword. Arturo, have you ever seen Mark and that IT guy in the same room at the same time? Right. You got a good point. I'm really annoyed by this, and I wish I had a good solution in mind. What can I do? Keep going. The chest is locked, and you don't have a matching key. Okay. So I got a key and opened this door, and I got the wand at least, but there's another key that I apparently need. And I wonder if it has to do with this well that's like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to interact with something on that well here, or does that imply that I have to go down a level before I can do that? I think Mark is like 5 degrees above our IT. You mean I've got a fever? And the only prescription is more cowbell? All right, since I'm so curious about it, I'm going to test one dart trap. How bad could it be, right? Guidebook has advice for you. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, stop, 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 no, no. Sometimes you misclick and it thinks you want to go somewhere. And as I mentioned, it's important not to waste time in this game. Dealing with hunger. Rationing food effectively is one of the best things you can do to improve your odds of survival. It's best to think of health and hunger as resources that need to be managed. Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. Rather than being kept full at all times. Starving hurts, and being full slowly heals you. If you have full health, though, the health regeneration you get from being full will be wasted. If you pace out when you eat based on how your health is doing, your food should last much longer. Yeah, so I think how it works is, to build on what I said before and after reading that, if you are full, you heal up. If you're hungry, I think you stop healing over time. And if you're starving, you get damaged over time. I think that's how it works. All right, I'm gonna try this trap once, even though it's probably a dumb idea. I mean, what good could come of it? Let's just see what it does, though. All right, I got shot for 4. That's it. All right, we're going down. Next level. All right, this is the thing. I would say a talent. Searching. I know what searching is. Dungeons are full of secret doorways and traps which appear invisible at first glance. Searching takes time, but is very useful if you suspect something is hidden. Search near walls if you suspect a door is hidden, or around floors if you suspect a trap is hidden. You can search all the tiles around you by double tapping on the magnifying glass button. Anything that's hidden in these tiles will be revealed. All right. So I got a talent. Kind of hard for me to touch this thing in the corner accurately, unfortunately. Is the talent in my backpack? No, where is this thing? Oh, I forgot I have this, by the way. A velvet pouch. You can store many small items in it, such as seeds and rune stones. And there's actually a separate tab here. Velvet pouch. I think it's the contents of the pouch go in there. It's like a separate inventory. Have you guys ever played CUE or Q cards? No, I don't know what that is. Cue cards? Like when they use what they use on TV shows? Actually, they probably use teleprompters more. All right, I'm trying to figure out this talent thing. Like, let's click my character now. Oh, here we go. Talents. Here's my stats, by the way. Strength 11, Health 23 of 25. Experience 0. Gold collected 74. Maximum depth 2. The warrior starts with a unique broken seal that generates shielding over his health. The seal can be moved between armors and can transfer a single upgrade with it. Oh yeah. Yeah, so you can upgrade stuff with is it an enchant armor scroll maybe? Or enchant weapon? And there's a kind of trade-off in this game where you have to consider the strength of what you're actually able to use, because every weapon and armor has a strength requirement, and how much you want to upgrade it. And if you use an enchant, every plus you add reduces the strength requirement by 1. So you have to do this kind of balancing act. It's pretty interesting. I don't remember the exact math behind it all, though. But with the warrior in this game, you can actually transfer a single upgrade with your weapon or armor, or is it just the armor? It's only the armor. So that means you can be less hesitant about spending a scroll of upgrade or enchant or whatever it's called. But you can always transfer one over. And also the warrior starts with a worn short sword, 3 throwing stones, cloth armor, a water skin, and a velvet pouch. The warrior automatically identifies scrolls of identify, potions of healing, and scrolls of rage. So I already know what scrolls of identify are, which is nice. So you don't necessarily have to go crazy with trying random scrolls. I probably should have saved the ones I had, because I can save them for when I actually do have a scroll of identify. I don't have to just read random things in order to identify a scroll of identify. Ryan, let's see, let's read what you guys are talking about. Arturo says cards, the universe, and everything. It's like Ryan says, it's like Hearthstone, but all the cards are real science, culture, history things. The backs have text telling about whatever it is. That sounds cool off the bat. I mean, I love fantasy, but also, like learning real stuff is cool too. And Ryan says, just got back into actually playing. I just go in to get my daily cards to read the backs. Faster than most card battlers too. That sounds great. Wow. Real science and culture and history. So what do you have, like real, like trying to imagine it. I guess here's historical armies and things, or would you have like would you have Albert Einstein fighting Alexander the Great or something? uh, or maybe he's wrestling against Stephen Hawking. Um, Talents. The hero gains 1 talent point each time they level up. Higher tier talents appear after defeating the second boss. Okay. So you can put your talent stone in these, I think. I got one, but I guess I'll just tap it, but it doesn't give me an option to put something in it, so I don't know. I don't know what happened with that talent stone. Let's see what they are anyway. Hearty meal. That means I'm a good eater, like in real life. +1, eating heals the warrior for 2 hit points when he's below 50% health, and 3 hit points when he's below 25% health. Yeah, so you just get healed more when you eat when you're hungry. But you can get it to level 2 as well, which is the same thing, but 3 and 5 hit points respectively. And another talent track is Arms Master's Intuition. +1, the warrior identifies weapons and armor 2 times faster. And that's actually a cool thing about this game. That's if you're just using something that's unidentified for a while, like a sword, over time you just figure out what it does. So you don't have to just waste identify on it necessarily. You can just use it, and it's supposed to be your guy. Your character figured it out because he's using it for a while. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I don't recall how cursed works in this game, but I think it is a thing. +2, yeah, I would think so, probably. +2, the warrior identifies weapons and armor when he equips them. So if you get +2 of this, all you do is you equip the weapon or armor and you know what it is instantly. You can save your identifies. That's a pretty good one. And the third one is test subject. +1, whenever the warrior identifies an item, he heals for 2 hit points. +2, same thing, but 3 hit points. That sounds nice, but not that nice, because identify would be like a relatively rare thing, and just getting like 2 or 3 hit points on occasion doesn't sound that good. Iron Will is the last option. +1, the max shield provided by the warrior's seal is increased by 1. Oh, that's nice. And then the same thing for +2, but it's increased by 2 instead of 1. So where is Q Card? Is that available on Steam? Okay, he's going to the bathroom, folks. Uh, what about buffs? I am hungry. That's my buff. When it says buffs, it means basically any kind of status. That's not necessarily a good thing. So I am hungry. That means I'm not, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm not getting healed over time, and that means I'm partially, partially on the way to starving status, in which I would actually get hurt over time. Okay. Hey, drill sergeant again. No, I still don't speak any language other than English and bad Spanish and bad German. I can actually fake Klingon for you if you'd like. Anyway, if you want to watch it, I'll speak English. That's cool with me, but I don't speak Chinese or any other language really. I like Ni Hao Kai Lan. That my son used to like. Rob Bob here used to watch Ni Hao Kai Lan. So that's basically the only thing I know in Chinese. Sorry. So anyway, we have this room here, and I can that can be suspicious of there being a secret door here, probably. It's on iOS, says Ryan. Looks like, I guess he's saying looks like just iOS. Huh. Hello, welcome back. I mean, if it's a successful game, it's probably on Android too. Did you have fun? Yeah, so you can actually find secret doors kind of just by accident without exerting the effort, as I did just here. Oh, these are the gnolls. They look like little cute little fox creatures. Ryan said he does speak fluent samurai cop. Bingo. All right, yeah, the cute little fox is actually a gnoll. Gnoll. Let's wait. Get him in the doorway. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder now. Look, this is actually some real combat happening. So I want to try to get a better weapon soon, probably. Or armor would be nice too. But it's time to start being a little more careful. Javanese and MySQLese. Hey, Javanese is a real word. People from the island of Java, right? Strength. So this is another page of the diary I found. Or the journal, whatever it's called. There won't be any time to train with weapons and armor you find in the dungeon, so you'll need brute strength to use them effectively. Potions of strength directly enhance your physical might and are the most effective way to meet the requirements of heavier, higher tier gear. It's important to work towards heavier, higher tier items, but don't completely ignore your equipment you can use sooner as well. Once you're deep enough in the dungeon, you'll need high tier gear to survive, but you have to survive long enough to equip it first. Yeah, so it's like, say I have, you know, with this crappy short sword that I have. Eventually, I'm going to get to the point where I need a better weapon right away. But if I don't find it, I might have to resort to upgrading the weapon or just getting more strength. I mean, you don't really save strength potions. You just use them when you get them. No reason not to. All right, let's keep going. A lot of grass and a key. Let's surprise the gnoll and smack him. Okay. I got a thing. What is that? Oh, a badge, 10 enemies slain. Ryan says Mark got his martial arts training from the masters in Japan. He speaks fluent Japanese. And then he goes, "Are you Fujiyama?" 100 gold collected. What is this key? A gold key? Golden key. Check out the chest. I found a hand axe, so let's check that out. So what it's saying here, it says 12 question mark, and that means the required strength is 12. But the question mark means if it is a normal, like, non-enchanted, non-cursed axe, it would have a requirement of 12, but it could vary, if it's cursed or enchanted. But it's a tier 2 melee weapon, meaning, a bit better than my crappy short sword, but I need the 12 strength. So Yeah, you can equip them even if you don't get the strength to have the button. But if I recall correctly, you're much less effective with it. So what I'm gonna do is either try to upgrade that or get another strength point, preferably just get another strength point. So I'm gonna hold on to that for sure though. No reason not to. Let's jump into the waterfall. What is going on? Oh, never mind. Can't open that. Don't have a machine key. Oh, my journal's flickering. No, no. It's me trying to press a journal because it's a tiny button. When I'm using the phone, I gotta like use the edge of my pinky. They should make that button bigger. I might actually leave feedback about that. I don't remember this being an issue before the original game, but I'm trying to press it with my index finger and my finger's too fat. I wind up telling it to go telling my character to go to the place on the map where I misclicked basically. Identifying items. You won't know all the properties of some items when you first find them. The color of each potion and symbol of each scroll is different in each dungeon. Yeah, it's a typical roguelike kind of a thing. Unidentified equipment can be upgraded or enchanted if you're lucky, or it might be cursed. Scrolls of identify, upgrade, or remove curse are very useful if you want to reduce the risk of using unidentified items. And you can find a list of all the items you've identified in the items tab of your journal. No, I'm trying to check the journal again. No, stop. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm going to leave feedback about this. This is ridiculous. I can't even click the damn journal without accidentally, like, getting myself killed. Okay. Still there, Rob Bob? All right. And Ryan says, it took me watching that 3 times to realize they were trying to play Robert Zadar as a Japanese. He's supposed to be Japanese? Robert. So my wife and I have gone plant-based, Ryan says too. Really? Arturo would take issue with that. He has a big problem with vegans and vegetarians. He thinks they're bad people. I'm only kidding. Arturo says, I have gone plant-based too. I feed all my food with plants. No, nothing. I don't know if you're serious, Ryan, but you just strike me as a type. But it's totally valid. It's totally valid diet, and I will not make fun of you. Oh, but I never know if somebody's pulling my leg because people like to do that. I don't know why people do that. All right, so I got 6 do. Impossible burgers are the bomb. Oh, you know what? I have some frozen downstairs, but I haven't tried them yet. And I showed Arturo a picture of them. What's that? Oh yeah, I am starving. I should get some Impossible burgers. But it's something clicking in my head now that I'm remembering. So when you are the warrior, hmm, yeah. So let's go back to my knowledge of the original game. You could get some hit points. I don't remember how many, just by eating food. So usually my plan would be something like say it was 5 hit points you get from eating food as a warrior. I would wait till my hit points were at least 5 down before I ate the food, just to not waste, just to be efficient with my resources, basically. And so yeah, it's a reason why you wouldn't want to just gobble the food right away. But in this game, it looks like you need to get this special talent before you can get that ability. And Ryan says, my wife went pescatarian for a year, so I'll do a year of plant-based. I did a lot of meat the last 2 years. I tried to go free range like pork. Hey, that's cool, Ryan. Sorry, I laughed a minute ago. I mean, that it does definitely have health benefits and all that. And, some people don't want to eat animals. I respect that for sure. Uh, but yeah, I do. Oh, I have the upgrade talent button. So it's what do I want to do here with my upgrade talent? Anybody have a thought? The food one could be good. Yep. Let's go over all of them again. Basically, okay. So sure. Let's briefly cover them all again. I can get healed by eating. I can identify weapons and armor faster when I use them. I could get healed a little bit when I identify an item, or I can have my warrior's seal provide a bonus, an extra bonus. Arturo says, "Can I eat your share of meat during that year, Ryan? You know, to keep the balance in the universe." I guess that means you're true neutral. All right, so you're thinking, Rob, maybe this one, Arms Master's Intuition. Hmm. I mean, they're all good. I was less thrilled about the third one. The food one can be good. I'm assuming I don't get any bonus from eating unless I get that talent. But I remember it being quite useful actually in the original. It's like it doesn't sound like much, but it's helps. This is a game where like you really manage all your resources tightly. And resource means food, your hit points, your dewdrops, everything, wands and strength potions and everything, healing potions. So it is good to have this, but I'm gonna go with Rob Bob's suggestion, and we're gonna go with the identifying stuff faster. Yeah. All right. Let us keep going. We got a lot of grass here. I think I see some rays of light coming out of the ground. I don't recall what that means. It rings a bell though. I think this is a place where you can find a lot of seeds. There's a dewdrop. So I have 7 out of 20 now. Ah, what's happening with my guy looking like he's invisible or something? Maybe I am invisible. Oh, what does that thing mean? That rings a bell. Let's look at it. Sungrass. Right. You can stand in the sungrass and you'll heal, but I believe as soon as you step off of it, it just kind of disappears. So the idea is it's a good place to just stand around if you can just not worry about anything else going on in the world in the game. I think that's what it is. So, and I think that's one of the plants you can grow with the seeds. So you have these seeds you can get, and you just drop them on the ground or throw them, and they grow a plant, and you step in the plant, and it has a different effect. Like one of them can be freezing, so you could actually drop it in front of like a boss or something. And sungrass I think is like from the green seeds, and you just want to step in it to heal up. So what I could do is I might do is just step in that until I'm fully healed, and then eat my food. So then I won't have any starving damage going on. Uh, okay, so you can see at the top left, I now have some extra statuses, or what they call buffs. I have herbal healing and shadow melded. Oh, shadow meld must be why I'm like kind of transparent. You are blended into the shadows around you, granting you invisibility and slowing your metabolism. While you are invisible, enemies are unable to attack or follow you. Most physical attacks and magical effects, such as scrolls and wands, will immediately cancel invisibility. Additionally, while shadow melded, your rate of hunger is slowed. That's nice, I guess. Do I want to postpone eating then? Probably not. You will remain shadow melded until you can leave the shadows or an enemy comes into contact with you. And the herbal healing. Sungrass possesses excellent healing properties, though it is much slower than a potion of healing. You are currently slowly regenerating health from the sungrass plant. Moving off the plant will break the healing effect. Yeah, that's why the way these plants usually work is you have to stay on top of them. And once you leave, the effect goes away. Excuse me. And Ryan and Arturo are talking about food. He said, honestly, my thing is meat not shot full of antibiotics, veggies not coated in pesticide, and no carbs and sugar. That sounds pretty healthy to me, yeah. I've been trying to go light on sugar and bread and calories in general. Once in a while, I give myself an excuse to just go crazy, though. Like, my excuse lately was my in-laws were over, and they wanted to try, like, New York pizza and stuff. They live in Virginia right now, but they've lived all over the place. So we got some pizza, and of course, I wound up eating lots of leftovers of it. And then we had my my nieces, actually, my niece and my nephews, which kind of joint birthday party today. And so, I ate ice cream cake. They had two cakes, because there was two. I had the regular strawberry, kind of strawberry filling cake, and it was ice cream cake. And so that's my thing. I try to eat well in general, But then I let myself have too many kind of like cheats. Anyway, let's hang around here like I was suggesting. We can just hit the wait button. Now, your hunger is your kind of like your ticking time bomb, if anything. But as you can see, I'm healing up nicely, and I'm not concerned about waiting because I'm literally healing up. Ryan says I'm thin. I am, but I need to be lighter still. It looks like I'm thin. Everybody thinks I'm crazy when I say I have to lose weight. But I am technically overweight, and my doctors that I see are all on board with me losing like at least another 10 pounds or so. Probably more like 18-ish. Uh, but it's something I've been working on for a while. But I go mostly down in weight, but then I come back up a bit. The overall trend is doing pretty well though. Anyway, I am now fully healed, so I think it's time to eat the food. So let's eat one of our food rations. Nothing fancy here. Dried meat, some biscuits, things like that. Yeah, working out is good too. I do some working out too, actually. I use my Gorilla boat and my elliptical mostly. I want to get into a pool again because swimming was my favorite exercise, but I kind of don't want to do that as long as we have this disease floating around. All right, so let's collect some more dew. Okay, do the dew, man. I'm really sorry about the crappy video. I'm really puzzled by this. Like, what could even be doing it? It almost makes me think my cable is faulty or something. All right, I'm gonna try one more thing to try to fix it. My my iPhone cable is plugged into this adapter and plugged into my what the hell do you call this thing? My docking station kind of thing. Why don't I just try to plug it directly into my computer? So let's try that, just as a attempt to make this lag and blurry weirdness go away. So bear with me 1 minute while I try that. You're going to see no video for a moment. I mean, you'll see me, but not the game video. Ryan said, I picture you working out by wildly swinging a katana around. Yep, Samurai Cop. For anyone who hasn't seen Samurai Cop and who is 18 or above, so not you, Rob, you must go see it because it's like the best, worst movie ever. All right, let's see. Nope, still laggy. So that didn't work. I'll try one other thing. Maybe it's this adapter. See, I got an adapter at the end for USB. So I'm going to try plugging this in directly without that thing. That's the USB-C, but let's go with the old school USB and see what happens. Any better? Well, so far it's a lot closer to real time. Let's see if it still blurs and stuff. All right, so this room, I got all the grass. There's pretty much nothing more to do here. So we're gonna get out. How does it look? Is it blurry still? I think it might be better. All right, we've got Foxy Man. He's surprised. All right, let's see if it stays that way. Yeah, so you're seeing that I'm starting to get to the point where I'm exchanging blows with these guys, and it's not good to be in that situation. You want to be able to just wreck them. I'm not doing terribly or anything, but it's a hint to me that I gotta get some better gear. The snake probably won't cause an issue. Uh-oh. Well, that's a little bit annoying though. When they get a chance to gang up on you, that's no fun. Let's try to get this snake out of the way. Come on. Sheesh. Dodged. All right. We got him to go through the door. Ooh, I didn't mean to click that. Okay. So we're not in great shape right now. Ooh, we have 1 hit point. All right. So it comes down to, do I want to just drink all the dew in my water skin? As I mentioned, it's nice to have that water skin full because it's a full extra life that you don't have to actively drink. It triggers for you. And plus it heals you fully. But once you're in a bad situation like this, usually you want to just down what you have. So what would happen is I think each dew drop would heal me maybe 1 or 2 points, I forget which. If it's 1, then I would be brought up to 11 health, which is better than 1. If it's 2 each, I'd be at 21, which would be pretty good shape. But unfortunately, I'd be back down to 0 dewdrops for the purpose of trying to, get that sort of pseudo extra life. Another alternative is I could just zap it with this Wand of Magic Missile and hope for the best. But if I somehow don't kill it, I forget if you can miss with wands. It's entirely possible that you might be able to miss with wands. But basically, if I'm not successful, I would be dead most likely. I think the option is unfortunately to down my water skin, drink all the dewdrops in there. Yeah. Another thing is I could just run. Um, but in this game, if you leave a level and you miss all these beautiful goodies like you see right here in this room, it's not good. You're not in a good place. My journal is blinking, by the way, which I would like to read, but I cannot risk accidentally clicking and having the game make me run around like a madman, as has happened like 3 times already. But yeah, I'll definitely have to leave feedback about that. It's kind of hard to press the journal reliably on at least an iPhone. And I think Rob Bob just popped the cork and he's chugging something. Now maybe he's drinking the water skin filled with the dewdrops. All right, let's do it. I drank it. I got 13 hit points, which I'm actually puzzled by how it arrived at that number because it doesn't seem to, divide by 10 very well. So why did 10 dewdrops heal me 13? I don't know. Could be that each dewdrop is like a random number between 1 and 2, or I'm probably overthinking. I don't know. Anyway, let's just continue to fight. We have 14 hit points. All right, we killed him now. So that's good. Got another scroll. This is a scroll called Odal. Here's a key. That one is what? Oh, it's giving me the journal entry. Surprise attacks. Yeah, let's read over this. It'll be good to know. You're guaranteed to hit an enemy if you surprise them by attacking from outside of their view, or right as you enter their view. Even the most evasive of enemies can't dodge a surprise attack, which makes them very useful against enemies like wraiths and snakes. Ah, now I'm starting to see the bigger picture. So snakes are hard to hit unless you surprise them. So before I was pounding on the snake and I missed like a few times. Like I had the knoll to my left and the snake below me, and I kept hitting the snake thinking it would be better to get the weakling out of the way. But they're hard to hit if you're not surprising them, is what I'm gathering. One of the most common parts of the environment you can use to surprise enemies is a door. If the enemy chases you through one, you can turn around as they enter and catch them by surprise. Yeah. So surprise attacks, and that, by the way, it tells you the specific benefit there. I knew it was some kind of bonus, but what it is you just automatically hit. Okay, so unfortunately we're out of dew, but we're alive. We have an unknown scroll. Maybe I'll hang on to it until identify shows up. See what you guys are talking about. Ryan says, hey neighbors, you like fireworks? This is my Japanese sword katana. Japanese for Japanese sword. My wife is avoiding telling her Mexican parent that she wants to go veggie based. Well, I guess Mexicans like their meat, huh? I know Arturo likes his meat more than anybody I know. Probably not anybody I know, but my friend Scott, I'm glad he got married because before he got married, I used to work with him and he would refuse every vegetable. But I think his wife got him to eat some now. What I mean is to the point of we would go to Subway together or Quiznos, and he could not even have lettuce or onions or anything on the sandwich. It just had to be bread and meat and like sauce or something like that. A condiment. Couldn't have lettuce, couldn't have a tomato, just no vegetables. I was like, dude, you're gonna have like colon cancer by age like 27. And anyway, I hear his wife, who's an awesome person by the way, got him to eat some vegetables at least once in a while. Interesting though that I have 3 rocks still when I threw one before. I wonder if I picked it up again, or did I pick up a new rock? Come over here, Rat. I'm gonna surprise you. He's actually actively chasing me as I walk through the door, and somehow I surprise him that way. Like, haha, take that. Oh, I unlocked the rogue because I got 10 surprise attacks or something like that. So now I can play as the rogue. I can seriously imagine her mother saying, oh, yeehaw, If you don't eat meat, you'll die, and guilt tripping. Okay. Here's the scroll. Oh, I found a trap while I was walking around. This is a chilling trap. If you want to relax, you go to the chill trap. Ryan says sewer snake. That was Mark's college nickname. So you don't want to stand on this. There are some cool tricks you can do with breathing stuff in this game, though. You can again, the gears are processing because it's been a while, but you can, if you have a means of freezing like something, anything. For one thing, it's obviously good to freeze an enemy because I think they misturned or they attack slower or something like that. About what you would expect. But you can also freeze like meat. And if you have something like there's something like rancid meat or bad, spoiled meat or something that you can find, and if you freeze it, it actually becomes good, I think. Something like that. So sometimes you might want to like drop some meat you find and then trigger a trap like that, and now you have some edible food. Now they keep mentioning every resource that you can get in this game has to be budgeted very nicely. So anytime you can squeeze out a little bit more food out of gross things, the better. I got this one called GYFU. So that makes me think of GFYU. I think we all know what that means. I found another. Did I have a golden potion before? I guess not. I would have had identified it. Okay. Check the chest. Ooh, what is this? Sai. I found Sai. Now it can be like Raphael. Mine was seriously coat. How did we say that last part? I'm sorry, I never learned it. Cote? Cote coder? Please correct me if I say it wrong. Right. Anyway, the Sai are strength 14. Now, the strength requirements in this game don't make too sense, but it works in terms of game mechanics. It's like, why would you need to have, the ability to lift large, heavy objects, basically. Cote. Okay, I'm sorry. I never knew how to say that part. I knew the Navarro part, but I never learned your second last name. Cote. Okay. But yeah, the Sai have a higher strength requirement than the hand axe. And let's see what it says about that. 2 thin blades meant to be wielded in one hand each. Excellent for tearing down enemies with a flurry of cuts like Raphael. Typically, this tier 3 weapon deals 3 to 10 damage and requires 14 strength to use properly. Probably this weapon is too heavy for you. It's a very fast weapon. Yeah, that's another thing. It's good to have faster weapons. Some of them have more accuracy, some of them have more speed. As you can see, the hand axe has more accuracy, as you can see at the bottom. And the Sai are very fast. The orange short sort of just a pile of crap. So I really want to get another strength point probably to use one of these things. Yeah, that's pretty much what I need next. I could alternatively just try wielding, say, the hand axe and try to identify it, because if it does happen to be enchanted or upgraded, or whatever the term is, it would only require 11 strength. And I have, I believe, 11. See, 11. He's a medical coder, not a coding coder. I'm not a... What does a medical coder mean exactly? I'm sorry, I don't even know what you do, Ryan. I know you work at the hospital. Medical coder sounds like the person who screams, "Code Blue!" Funny though, it's hard to... I always find it hard to understand what people do with their jobs when I'm not familiar with that kind of work. I know people have asked me before, "What do you do at work?" And I explain to them. Then 6 weeks later, they say, "But I don't get, what do you do at work?" All right, so this is just a hole I can jump into. A chasm you can't see the bottom. There is a reason you might want to do that sometimes. You can escape from enemies by jumping into the chasm. You go to the next level and you take if I recall correctly, you take quite a lot of damage, but sometimes it's your best chance at survival. What else is going on here though? Are we ready to go? I guess we can check down here. If it ever catches up, I can show you what down here is. Yeah. That requires a key. I'm not sure if I have the right key. Right, so I started on the clinical side after college, hated it. Went back and got my associate's degree in coding and like it way more. Huh, yeah. you're a coder then, yeah. Coding is encoding stuff for insurance companies. Ah, okay. So that's like when there's a diagnosis and you have that stupid code. Sorry, I don't mean to like say anything with your job is stupid, but I know I know insurance is a complicated process, and everything has to be just right, or they don't pay. Anyway, let's see if I can open that key, that lock. Here we go. And Ryan says I get to see non-insurance statistics code. Yeah, I don't know why this crap can't keep up. It's so annoying. But I could probably try alternate means of broadcasting from my iPhone. Like I could try AirPlay or something. But I don't know how I get that onto OBS. I know you can go to a TV with doing that. I'm not sure about if I can go to like my computer and then just capture that with OBS. Encoding stuff for insurance companies. All right, here we go. I don't have the damn matching key. I walked all the way over there, spending my precious belly, my precious belly contents. And now I guess all I can do is run back to the stairs going down. If I recall correctly, in the original game, it's possible I'm wrong about this, but they wouldn't give you something like a lock here if there wasn't some means of finding the key on the level you're on. Could be wrong in this version that it could be different. That's what I remember. Like there was always a way to find to complete everything on the level you're on. So that said, what I could do is just search around a little bit for secret doors maybe, but problem is, again, everything's a tight resource in this game, so you don't want to blow your stomach contents by like searching everywhere. I'm already hungry, by the way. So let's just do a couple of searches on what could be potential candidates for secret doors. I'll go to new friend, two new friends, shoot. Yeah, I've noticed it's kind of bad again. Ryan says, I crunch our now non-insurance external codes, so I get to see like car accident rates, assault rates, and pretty much all COVID stuff now. Oh, wow. And he's pretty freaking bored with COVID rates right now. COVID fatigue, huh? So now I'm faced with a choice. I can just pound on these two guys, probably the knoll first, and then maybe lead the snake through a door and surprise attack him. Or I could maybe just run past the snake and go down to that door and try to get surprise attack that way. I don't think that's the best idea though, because then I get attacked a lot by the snake while I'm running past it. So I'm gonna try to beat up the knoll. Well, I killed him, and now the snake is surprised for some reason. Why are they surprised? Hidden summoning trap. Oh, that was from before. Yeah, summon these guys by accident, or just one of them maybe. I don't know why the snake's surprised, but I'm gonna take advantage of it. Let's kill it. Okay. Oh. Arturo says, not sure if it's only me, but I can't hear what Rob Bob is saying. I just hear a brief static noise. Oh. What about you, Ryan? Is that the case for you? I wish. Please let me know about any audio issues earlier. Oh. Great. Ryan can't hear him either. Okay. Wow. What about now? I realized I didn't have I show you selected. Can you do a test for Rob Bob? Hello. Can you hear him okay now? So I have to have my default audio to I show you basically. And I didn't have that selected, so I think that's the issue. Can't hear him. Okay. I know it's my issue, guys, but you can tell me more than like an hour and a half into the stream. I mean, I know it's my problem, but please speak up if it's doing that. Okay, that really crap. I'm tempted to just reboot my computer at this point, but I don't know. Mm. All right, Arturo said I was able to hear him at the beginning. That's weird. All right, what do you guys say? Just keep going, or do you want me to like just restart? Because I feel like at this point maybe a restart would be helpful, but you'll have to wait around for a couple minutes. I think it's just only you two guys watching, by the way, Ryan and Arturo at this point. So I think I'll let you guys decide. Probably, do you want to wait just maybe like 5 minutes or? Okay, Ryan says restart. Okay, please bear with us. Let's do that. So I'm going to hit stop streaming now, and I'm not sure if you're going to have to refresh, but I might just ping you guys on Discord or Slack or something just to let you know that I've started again. So please bear with me. I'm going to restart. So see you guys in starting the stream. Okay, guys, I am back. I said I was going to ping you on Discord, but I can just type right here in the chat. So yes, I am back, and it looks like for now at least, the game, the iPhone 2 OBS problem is gone. Of course, it did that, but it kind of fixed itself before when I re-edited the device, and it crapped out again anyway. So I'm not sure if the problem is solved.
Oh, and can you hear me?
Yeah, and please let us know if you can hear Rob Bob. Can you sing your ABCs, Rob Bob?
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P
You know them all,
Q
guys.
R S T U V.
All right. Yes,
Can you share your
Arturo said.
screen?
Sorry.
Just asking if you can share your screen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Rob Bob is watching me over screen sharing in Discord, so I forgot to do that. Let's do that right now. Then hopefully we'll be good to go. No, not. Bear with me a second. Discord is being laggy. Do do do. Arturo said you should finish the song to be sure, Rob Bob. What were you up to? Like T?
I don't remember.
Do Italian now.
I don't want to.
I don't want. All right, sharing is commencing now. Can you see it?
It's still loading.
Okay.
Alright, I can see it.
All right, so we are in business. It seems like. Hopefully the lagging starting again. I wonder if it has to do with screen sharing on Discord. Am I just using too much resources when we do that?
You could just share it like a lower quality.
Uh, yes. Let's try that. Do you have to abort it to change the quality?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but I don't really know.
Why don't I hit it again? Share screen. Stream. Oh, I can change it. Yeah, I can change. Well, the frame rate's already the lowest. I can
You
change
can
the
change the
resolution to
resolution.
480p. Let's try that. Okay, can you still see?
Yep.
And see. Let's see if the lag still happens. Yeah, the lag happens. So it seems like I can't handle sharing and doing this at the same time or something. Let me just try quickly quitting a few more apps. I know this is annoying, guys. I'm sorry about this.
I could pull up your stream because that might be less lag than watching this.
That's
Like
probably
your
good,
stream.
and it wouldn't ruin it for everybody else too.
Yeah,
Would you mind doing that?
sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop screen sharing with you, and hopefully it kind of kind of fixes itself now. Let's see. Well, now it looks like it's still laggy, so maybe that wasn't the issue. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know why it's so weird. All right. Do you mind just watching on the stream anyway?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So what am I doing next? We've yet to see if it's blurry still though. I guess I'm just gonna go down the stairs because I mean I was gonna search around a little more. I don't know. I'm hungry again. I only have one food ration. I could always head back up, I suppose. So that's not ideal either. All right, let's go down the stairs. It's a long walk, unfortunately. Here we go. It looks like it's not doing the weird blurry thing, so that's not bad actually. And actually, it's kind of real time again. Okay, who knows what the issue is? I don't know. Anyway, let's get it. At any rate, let's kill this rat. We surprised him. And now you have another rat. One
It seems like
interesting.
there's less lag
Sorry,
for me.
I'm sorry.
It seems like there's less lag than watching the stream for me.
Okay, cool. Heading down the stairs, like the bananas in pajamas coming down the stairs. Yeah, now I got these crabs are a pain because they move something like maybe it's just two, but it seems like they move extremely fast. I think it might only be two spaces. Maybe it's three. I have unspent talent points, so I forgot to do that. Let's spend a talent point. So I could upgrade Arms Man Arms Master's Intuition to level 2 so that I identify things just by wielding them. That could be nice. Should we just try that?
Alright.
But we could go another route. Let's just do it. Then I can wield some of these weapons, and as long as they're not cursed, it'll be good to see what they are. So let's go for that. Let's step out of the room, and hopefully we didn't wake anybody. Looks like we didn't. Let's try this hand axe. Alright, now I'm nervous it's going to be cursed. Okay. Oh, look at that! It's +1, so I only need 11 strength to use it. And therefore, I have just greatly upgraded my weapons, essentially.
You could see what the Psy are like.
Yeah, but I'm scared it's going to be cursed, and then,
Yeah.
you know. And Ryan says, Mark hasn't had crabs since Tijuana. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, so to try the Psy or not, you know what? I'm going to just keep it safe, because this hand axe is pretty strong, at least compared to the compared to the short sword, it's a nice upgrade. And with the Psy, it's unlikely that it's going to be +3 out of the box. So in a sense, it's just like either I'm not going to be able to use it, or it'll be cursed, and I'll be stuck using a weapon that I can't use. Really. So basically, what I'm saying is that I don't think it ever is so enchanted out of the box that I'll be able to use it. So I should just not try to use that ability. But anyway, we got to fight this crab though. He can be a pain. Not much we can really do except maybe use the wand more. We could throw rocks too. But I guess we'll just try to do this. Do the door attack. All right, with the new weapon, I did 13 damage, so that's great. And I finished it off, and I got the meat. Yeah, so now I'm starting to remember about the meat. You can freeze it. Mystery meat. If you eat it like this, yeah, you can cook it or freeze it. If you eat it like this, it's can't remember if it's like if it's a random effect that can sometimes be positive or negative, or that it might always be negative. I think it's random. But if you cook or freeze it, then it's always good. If you freeze it, I think it says that you have slices of salami or something like that. Like it's really weird. It called it like a fancier word, like gabagool or something. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a rock at this guy just to be a jerk. Take that. Do these rocks stick around? It looks like. Do they ever disappear? I wonder.
Maybe there's like a small chance.
Maybe. My thrown weapon is about to break. Okay, so they break over time. That's good to know.
It looks
Check
like
out.
some type of wand down there also, or like a something.
I do have a wand. Let's check the grass. Try to find some more dewdrops. I'm slowly gathering dewdrops again. Another wand. This is an arcane stylus. That's for writing runes, which I don't quite remember what that does.
They should call magic markers that.
Arcane stylus. If Rob Bob doesn't have an inappropriate uncle, I'll fill the void. No, his uncles are not appropriate that I'm aware of. I hope they're not. Arcane stylus. This arcane stylus is made of some dark, very hard stone. Using it, you can inscribe a magical glyph on your armor, but you have no power over choosing what glyph it will be. The stylus will decide for you. Yeah, if I remember the original, these runes, they could be pretty bad. They would give you like a special bonus on top of your thing, but the bonus usually had a downside as well that was not good. There was one where you were like rooted in place. So you would get hit by something and the armor would suddenly become stronger, but you would be rooted in place. Like it literally said you grow roots or something like that. And that was not a good one. It's really bad to not be able to move where you want to in the thick of combat generally. sometimes it can be okay, but it was one of those things that you just generally don't want as an all-purpose kind of upgrade. Maybe situationally it's okay.
If you have multiple pairs of armor, like sets of armor, then that
Yeah,
might be good.
right. Maybe I'll try it when I get another one. Just if I get like leather, which is better than the cloth, I could try it on the cloth to see what it does. Anyway, I hope I get some identifies soon. What I'm recalling though is I feel like you don't really get a ton of identifies in this game, but you can get lit on fire once in a while. So if I'm lit on fire, I'm gonna lose some of these things, at least the scrolls, I think. So it's, in a way, it might be good just to start reading some things. Let's try this magic missile wand on him. Here we go. Ready, guys? Each bolt is 2 to 8 damage. All right, let's try it. All right,
They have charges?
I believe they do. Yes. Remember, I found that wand charging thing at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Kill it. All right, cool. Three dewdrops. No, I have 5 dewdrops. I'm doing good now. Roll of Odal. Do I not have 2 Odal? I do. Should I try one?
Sure. If they're good, maybe you could. I don't know.
Oh, got a potion of strength. Nice. Gotta get that. These are like these are just so good. They're just so central to winning this game, and there's no need to ever save them that I'm aware of. So it's like you get one, you drink it. It's like strength is like the most important thing. Um, yeah, let's read one of the scrolls. It's always good to be a little cautious. I think it's only potions that can ignite you on fire, but I'm gonna step over here in the water anyway in case I'm wrong. Read scroll, upgrade an item. That's good.
Oh, wow.
So this is one of the biggest decisions you make as well. It's always, do you want to upgrade the lower end things or save it for when you get better, higher end things later? So for right now, what I could do is I could upgrade my hand axe, so it's better for the time being. But if I upgrade the sai, it'll be a better like long-term investment. Plus, it'll make it so I can use it at strength 13, which I'm only one away from, assuming this is not cursed. It actually could be, upgraded already, but I just don't know yet. I'm inclined to go for the sai and then just try wielding
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was thinking too.
I think the upgrade actually removes curses as well, if I recall correctly. So therefore, there would be no risk in just equipping the sai right after this and instantly identifying it.
You know if you can upgrade it twice?
Yeah, you can upgrade everything several times.
Okay.
I don't remember if there's a limit. There might be a limit. I don't think it works like in NetHack, but in NetHack it's like you hit a certain number. I think it's +5 or after +5, and then at each point above that there's an ever increasing chance of the item disintegrating because you kind of made it pure magic that there was nothing left at that point. Some BS explanation like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with upgrading the sai. I could also upgrade the I could even upgrade the rocks if I wanted to. Yeah, Arturo acted the same moment. And I can upgrade the armor too, but this armor is such garbage that I'm just gonna hope I get a better one soon. So let's go with the sai. And I unlocked the mage. Alright, so let's try on the sai since there's no risk in it anymore. I think there's no risk.
You're also starving right now.
Alright, yeah, I'm starving. That's okay. So yeah, it requires strength 13 because it's +2. Wait a minute. It's +2?
It might have been +1 already.
But then why did it say 14 question mark? That would imply that the 14 is the kind of default for a non-upgraded set.
Is that red mean it's cursed? No, that means you just can't.
No, yeah, I mean they don't have enough strength. Huh.
I don't know.
Confused by that. Alright, well anyway, it's +2 psi, it just needs 13 strength. So I'm gonna not use it for now. If I get one more strength, then sure. But I think it's gonna be a while because again, if my recollection is correct, there are only 2 strength potions for every block of 5 levels. And that means I'm gonna have to beat the boss to get to the next block. I don't know if block is the right term, though. So it could be tough, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Oh, I have another upgrade though. I could just pile it on the side.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I was thinking.
should I just do that? It's always this balance. Do you want to use it now or invest, like make a long-term investment? Uh, I'm not sure. I feel like weapon-wise, this hand axe is pretty good still. So maybe I'll just hold on to that and let myself build up to the side and hold on to the upgrade. I would really like to have better armor though, but it's not in the cards at the moment apparently. But yes, Arturo, I could waste all my upgrades on rocks. Or just one of them even. That stone, that is something cool I can't remember, but it's one of the question marks, and maybe it works differently in this game. Well, let's lure over Mr. Foxy. Come here, Foxy boy. Foxy
Maybe it's
lady.
a weight stone,
A weight stone.
whatever you call them,
A lodestone.
lodestone. Yeah.
That's a NetHack thing. Anyway, I got the Stone of Intuition.
Is he smarter?
Stone of Intuition. This runestone holds a weaker version of the magic found in Scrolls of Identification. That sounds good. Rather than directly identifying an item, it will work on your intuition, allowing you to attempt to identify the type of a potion, scroll, or ring by guessing. By guessing? A correct guess will also preserve the magic in the stone, allowing it to be used a second time. Oh,
So you could identify everything in your inventory,
I
assuming
guess.
you guessed
Um,
right.
I'm trying to think how this might work. If it says like you can guess, is this a potion of strength or a potion of fire, and you have to pick the right one, then ideally you would want to have some kind of way to narrow down what the choice is. I'm not sure how you would do it except just by identifying a lot of things already so that there's only a few options left. I'm just kind of speculating because I don't really know how this works. And since I'm just kind of randomly speculating, maybe I should just use it once. Unless I want to cheat and look up in the wiki. But let's just go with it, I guess.
Well, it doesn't seem like you have much stuff to identify right now.
I have a potion and a scroll.
I guess.
What do you think? You think I should save it? Because it says if you a correct guess will preserve the magic in the stone. But so it sounds like if I fail, it's just gone.
Yeah.
So I just don't know when would be a good time to use it, all right? So the weapons and armor, I can just use them and identify them. So really, I just want to save this for things like potions and scrolls, which I have, right? I'm just kind of talking
All right.
myself into wanting to use it.
I think you just use it then. I guess.
Let's just use it. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see how this works. We have to make it some kind of a guess. Use it on potion or scroll. Let's go with the potion. Guess what type of... Oh, geez. That's more than just this or that. And I don't even know what the symbols mean.
A 10% chance.
If you guess correctly, the type will be identified. Huh. I mean, I can kind of guess what some of these are, but does it even matter? Like, there's no way I can, like, logically deduce
Well, if
this,
you want
right?
to know, it's not like fire or something.
Yeah, so fire is a terrible one. So if I click fire and it happened to be right, at least I know I can just, you know, at least I know I won't accidentally drink fire later. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or that isn't fire, so
You
you'll
know,
be safe.
yeah, that makes more, that's more logical than what I was. Yeah, let's try that, I guess, the fire one. Ocean of liquid flame. Oh, it looks like I can still select it. It tells me the type when I tap on
Uh,
an icon.
can you
So
just see
in
what the
my
other ones are?
vision, sorry?
Yeah. I just was gonna ask to see what the other ones are.
Yeah. Invisibility, purity, experience, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go.
I
Let's
think
go
those
with
are
it.
pretty bad.
Ocean of liquid flame. Let's see if that's it. Ready, guys? Here we go. Your
It
guess was
is
incorrect.
none. All right, so it's
So I
not on.
lost. Yeah, we know it's not that, so that's a good case for drinking it, although it's not the only bad
There's
potion
no
out
way
there.
to like put notes on it like that hack, right?
No, I don't think so. Imagine,
Except for
let's drink
maybe.
it now, and then I don't have to worry about remember.
Hope it's not toxic gas.
While that's not good, I generally remember the fire one being more terrible. I could be wrong because I think it depends where you are. If you're in the sewers with a lot of water, the fire is not a problem, especially when you're already standing it. But I think the The noxious gas will make you poisoned. You know how poison works in games where you're taking hits every turn, whatever.
Yeah.
So that actually could be worse. Well, let's just go though. I'm gonna try it anyway. Golden potion. I got the noxious gas. Great. Or toxic gas, whatever it's called. Okay, so yeah, let's step out of this cloud. It's following me. No,
And it follows you?
I don't remember that. I think it just
Or
kind
maybe
of,
it just spreads.
yeah, I think it just spreads like you would expect a cloud of crap to do. I don't think it necessarily follows you. Although it seems like it's following me. Okay, let's go up to the red potion. I think
Doesn't
I'm,
make sense how drinking it can do that.
maybe it should pop open the cork and then suddenly, psh.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I think I'm safe now, but I'm not sure. Let's just wait a little bit. Wait for the gas to disperse. I think we're good. Ooh, it's coming close, actually. Let's go in the corner and cry in the corner in the fecal position. I mean, the fetal position. Okay. It seems to be going down. All right. I'm still scared to stand right next to it, though. Now, that looks like a tomahawk, which I remember is one of the better. Ooh, we have a crab. We got crabs again, guys.
You got crabs.
To complete my sentence, though, I think tomahawk is strangely one of the best weapons in the game. You wouldn't think it would be.
Can you throw them?
Um, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. All right, so we got a crab. I might just throw some rocks. Um, yeah, let's throw a couple rocks. They're meant to be used, right? Did one damage. He actually got damage from the poison gas as well, I think.
Yeah, it seemed like when you first saw him, he had a little health loss.
Now, something to consider if it moves. What did I say? Does it move 2 or 3 spaces? Do you remember?
2, I think.
Yeah, so if I move, say, up and to the right, it would move 1 step away from me, which would be better than, kind of him being able to attack next turn, perhaps.
Then you'd be in a corner though.
True. Do I care though? Maybe I'll just move down to the right. There we go. All right, level up. Nice. I am glowing now if you look at the top left. Why am I glowing? Does it do that every time you level up?
You got a talent point, maybe? You can't use it yet, or you can use it.
Yeah, I got a
You
talent
haven't.
point. Okay, so we already maxed out in Arms Master's Intuition. So it becomes, what do we want here?
I think either Iron Will or the health one.
Yeah, so the food healing you or the Iron Will.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of leaning toward Iron Will, even though the food healing you is very nice. I'm gonna go with this. So what this will do right off the bat is make my armor, which I said is lacking already, immediately be a little bit stronger because I have the seal on it. And then I can transfer the seal later, still, as
Right.
usual.
That sounds good.
So yeah, I think it's a good idea considering the armor is kind of a lacking thing right now. Let's pick up some stuff. We've got a scroll of noddies. It's noddy. I got a potion, a tomahawk, and a food ration. Good thing. Yeah, food ration is the tier 4 thrown weapon. These throwing axes have a serrated, by the way, it's 2 of them, have a serrated edge that makes them a bit tricky to use. Hence the high strength requirement, I guess. However, a solid blow with this weapon will cause an enemy to bleed. That means you're kind of making them, it's like most games where you have bleeding. They take damage every turn. Tier 4 weapon deals 6 to 15 damage and requires 15 strength to use properly. Because of your inadequate strength, this weapon will hinder your attack speed, accuracy, and ability to surprise attack. The weapon is designed to be used at a distance. It is more accurate against distant enemies, but also much less accurate at melee range. Thrown weapons will wear out and break as they are used. The stack of weapon has 5 out of 5 uses. 5 out of 5, or because I have 2 of them, each one has 5, maybe something like that. Anyway, that's how many uses, 5/5 before it breaks, something like that. Oh boy, being a parent says Ryan. Uh-oh, what's going on, Ryan? Your daughter's doing something? Yeah, I'll just hold on to this until I get 15 strength. I don't think I would use upgrades on it, consider that they're very temporary. You use them and then they're done. So I would at least upgrades on them is my rationale.
Can you transfer an upgrade with your what is it called?
No, it's my seal that only goes in armor. Right?
Okay, so you can transfer it from armor to armor then?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's one upgrade worth. Uh, Wait, what did my ability do? Did it let me do 2 worth? I think it does. Max shield provided by the warrior seal is increased by 1. Okay, that has nothing to do with transferring the upgrade, though. That's its own. That just makes the seal itself stronger, I think. Okay, what else we got here? Some potions. Could try one randomly. Could try scrolls randomly. See what Ryan has to say. My daughter was with her aunt in Texas for a month before school. Apparently, she bought her a vape pen, non-tobacco, but still. Oh, I would. I don't want to get involved in your parenting, but I would generally think that one should consult with a parent before buying somebody something like that.
Those
But
aren't good.
I'm not saying they're. Well, yeah, go with they're not good, Rob. But what I mean is, you would want to consult a parent because they're kind of like. Some people think they're not good. Some people think they're totally fine. So
I
you
think
should.
they're not good.
All right. So, but yeah, you should always check with a parent before buying a kid something like that. Anyway, why don't we use one potion and one scroll? We'll get crazy. Oh, we got another potion down there. Let's check it out. Oh, we got a foxy boy. Let's throw a rock at him. Okay, I'm down to 2 rocks, by the way. The rocks are a nice bonus. They were not in the original game. Just being able to have a any kind of ranged weapon to start with, no matter how crappy. And they're actually not crappy. They have limited usage, but they're doing a decent amount of damage, at least at this level. I got my first seed. I got a seed of sorrow moss. If you look at that, throw this seed to the place where you want to grow a plant. A sorrow moss is a flower, not a moss, with razor sharp petals coated in a deadly venom. Yeah, I remember using this one on the first boss. I feel like you always need some kind of seed on the boss. The first boss is this blob guy. I think he's called the Glob, and he can be quite dangerous when you're this low level. And you kind of need to pull out all the stops almost. Like you need a seed. You need to have the strongest weapon you can possibly use and stuff like that, or he'll just kill you. Even though it's the first boss of the game does not play around. At least in the original, I'm assuming it's the same here. Yeah, I probably want to throw this in its path so it'll step on it, and then it will be poisoned. And by the way, it's looking good, the stream, right? The video or the game.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any
Cool.
issues.
Sometimes you just need a restart, right? I'll throw some more rocks at these guys. Yeah, the rocks are actually quite helpful. They're stronger than you would think. I mean, I'm getting a
Throwing
lot of.
weapons about to break.
Sorry?
I said you're throwing weapons about to break.
Yeah, one of them's gonna break. Ryan says, Rob Bob, what's your address? I'll send you a vape pen. Learn smoke tricks.
No.
Yeah. I guess I can't give Ryan my address or some weird things are gonna be showing up. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We have 3 unknown potions, 2 scrolls, and identifiers do seem fairly rare. So I'm gonna read 1 potion and 1 scroll at least. Maybe I'll do 2 potions. Yeah. Here we go. Bottoms up. Oh crap! Fire! You catch fire. Let's try to get. We're right in the water, so hopefully we don't lose any scrolls.
Probably shouldn't stand in the fire though.
Okay, I think I'm good. Let's just verify I still have the upgrade is especially important. You don't want that burning up. But it looks like I just took a slight amount of damage, and you can see the fire is taking care of the grass as well as the doors. So it's another reason why it sucks, because the doors are such a good tactical bonus for combat, but the fire just spreads crazy and burns the doors and everything. Okay, so it burned itself out over there at least, and down there it's going to burn out in a moment. Maybe it'll spread to that one more grass space, but we're good. So, hey, we identified fire, so at least we won't accidentally drink that again. How do we see
I
our
think I'm gonna.
identify? Sorry?
I think I'm gonna go.
Okay. It is 11:30. Thanks for joining me,
Yeah.
Mr. Rob Bob.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, see you soon. Have a good night.
See you soon. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, it's just me, guys. What do you say? Continue pixel dungeoning? I think I'm just gonna do that, and I feel weird, like, aborting this and turning into, changing over to NetHack. That's kind of ridiculous. And I am enjoying what I'm doing here, so I'm gonna keep going. And yeah, Rob Bob is out of the picture. It's just me. All right, I'm gonna read one of these scrolls and hope for the best. Ooh, that was teleportation. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. There's more to explore right here anyway. And we'll try one more potion. Oh, so this is the thing. This is levitation, and if you recall, I was saying the level seems to always or almost always give you everything you need to kind of access everything that's available. And what this implies to me is there's going to be a place where I have to go over so like a chasm to get like a treasure chest or some kind of item, and you're supposed to use the levitation to get it. But the problem is this is going to wear off most likely before I find that, assuming it works like the original. Unless this room I go in right now happens to be it, it does not look like it. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to miss out on something. And sometimes that something can be something really good, like a potion of strength that you really don't want to miss out on, or like a scroll of upgrade. So that's a little unfortunate, but at least I know what it is now. This is weird. I don't remember these kind of like corridors in the sewers before, so that's probably a new variant of the level layout in Shattered. And now I am no longer levitating, so I probably missed out on whatever the goodie is. Some weird corridors here. Yeah, this is new. By the way, we're on level 4, which means it's almost time to fight the boss. On level 5, the entire level is a very small level. It's basically just the boss. So I don't feel quite as confident as I would like. I don't think I'm quite as prepared as I would like. So, so what? I don't know. I could just use the upgrade on the side and use it. That might not even beat the boss for me though. But I do have this Seed of Sorrow moss, so that could help. And I have a wand that could shoot it from a distance, as well as the rocks. I feel like the wand is not really that much better than the rocks. The rocks do, I guess they are. The rocks only do 2 to 5, but because I have excess strength, it'll deal up to 3 bonus. I did see I was dealing out 6 sometimes with the rock. But yeah, it seems like overall the rock might be better if it's 2 to 5 plus 3. Well, it's up to 3 for bonus, so I don't know. But the rocks are almost done with as well, so I don't know. And Ryan says, I'd like to see Mark W. and Rob Bob present play Power Wash Simulator. I will play that. I'm going to get that someday, and I'm going to play it. All right, I got chain armor, mail armor, they call it. What's the strength requirements? 14. 14 with the question mark. Well, I have 12, as we know. Well, I can try it on. Oh, if I transfer the seal over, does that affect the weight requirement? I mean, the strength requirement? I think probably not. So upgrades do reduce the strength requirement. So if something has a requirement of 14 and you give it a +1 from the upgrade, it now requires 13. But I'm not sure if if the seal would do similarly. I think probably not. But I'm going to try on the chainmail and see what happens. Wow, it's +2. So I am noticing there seems to be a discrepancy from what I'm seeing a little bit in my understanding. It seems like, according to what I've seen from the Psy and the chainmail, that they both had like kind of a natural 14 strength requirement. And then I discovered they had +2, and it turned out the strength requirement only decreased by 1. So I think maybe in Shattered Pixel Dungeon, it's every 2 upgrades decreases the strength requirement by 1. Is that clear as crystal clear or clear as mud? Yeah. That game Power Wash Simulator has like thousands of ratings on Steam, and the overall consensus is overwhelmingly positive, which is like the best you can get. But back to Pixel Dungeon, I am thinking first let's try transferring the seal and see if that does help with the requirement. If it doesn't, it might be a good idea to just use my scroll of upgrade, and then I can feel like I'm decently equipped for the boss that I'm about to fight. So let's try transferring the seal and see what happens first. So I detached it. Here's the seal. We're going to fix it to the chainmail now. Okay, so it did not decrease the strength requirement. It did seem like a long shot. But if I wear this without the 13 strength that it requires, it says it's going to decrease my ability to move, evade, and defend. So that sounds pretty bad. So I think I'm going to go with the upgrade scroll right now. Here we go. And now I have, yeah, I can use it. Strength requirement is 12. It's +3. It blocks 3 to 15 damage. And the seal is providing up to 7 shielding. I don't quite get the difference between shielding and the normal damage blocking. Maybe the damage blocking figures in the shielding already. I'm not sure. But if we compare this mail to the cotton, look at this, 0 to 2. This crappy piece of junk was protecting me for 0 to 2, and the mail is 3 to 15. So that is hugely better, and I feel much better about fighting the upcoming boss now. And I hate these little corridors. This reminds me of in at the end of NetHack, you have Gehenna, and the Gehenna is just, as you've seen me play, towards the end of the game, it's just all these levels with these like intestinal styled labyrinths. It's just like coiled and turned, and it's one of the things people dislike about NetHack the most, and I think I kind of agree. It's just not fun to explore, you know, giant coily tunnel after giant coily tunnel, basically. Um, I am starving though, and it's probably a good time to eat some food. I do have 2 food rations, so let's do that. And hopefully my natural healing will get me back up to speed health-wise before the boss, or at least somewhat up to speed. All right, let's check up here. I don't think there's going to be anything, but we'll check it out. And up here too. All right, so back to one of these places. I guess either here or here. It is quite important to make sure you're not spending way too much time running around backtracking in this game. So it is good to plan these moves when you can. Sometimes you just sometimes you're just wandering aimlessly. I was gonna say, this is the fly. They are interesting. What the fly does, and again, this is my experience from the original game talking. Every time you hit them, they split into 2. And the health meter divides into 2 when they split. It's almost like you imagine a large swarm, but then you hit them and they kind of bisect, right? When you finally knock, and this can repeatedly happen, you can repeatedly cut them in half. Eventually, their meter has nothing left to split in half and they die. But these guys, these flies, have a strong chance of dropping a very coveted, highly coveted healing potion. So what you can do is you can maximize the amount of splits by taking off your weapon and just punching the flies. So that is actually a top, what I found in the original game anyway, that was a very critical strategy to kind of farming for healing potions, which are very important to winning the game. So I'm going to probably try fly punching in a moment. The only thing is you need some freedom to move around, to lead them around so you're only fighting one at a time, and you can kind of, evade them as needed. I feel like where I'm at now, if I start attacking, they're going to block me in. I'm going to be just kind of pounded by them. I want to probably move down and maybe this way, and just kind of so I can run around and gradually lead them. Also, you need, for the split to happen, you need a space that's open. If you're confined, there's no free space, so they won't split. So it's kind of important to do that. So I'm gonna run down and try to see if I can make this happen. They don't do a ton of damage. They obviously, like anything, they could kill you though, especially when there's a million of them. So I'm gonna take off my weapon and start punching flies. All right, it's fly punching time, guys. See, they split in half. You can see. Interesting. Something's different from what I'm used to. I've seen the smaller one has a small, sorry, not the smaller one. The newer one has a smaller life meter. I wonder if that signifies something. It could be they tried to kind of remove that farming ability, and maybe only the original one can give you a potion. So maybe the newer one has a smaller meter to indicate that I can't get a potion from it. I'm just probably overthinking though, and let's keep punching flies. And I said you want to make sure there's a free space open for them to multiply into, otherwise they don't actually do it. And ideally you're set up so that only one can hit you at a time. You don't want to have this giant swarm around you. And they don't actually drop a healing potion, a huge, oh, we got a foxy guy that we're right. But to finish my sentence, it's not like every time you kill one you get a healing potion. It's something like 20% of the time. But if you can split one fly into 20, maybe 20 is a bit, ambitious, but say it was 20, you would on average get 4 healing potions from that whole entire battle. But I have to consider now how to deal with Mr. Foxy. I could just throw rocks at him. I could just keep punching flies until he comes to me and then equip something better. Or just to avoid fighting multiple guys at once, I could run through the door below. I think I'm inclined to go that way. So let's try to get down there so I don't have to deal with flies and Foxy at the same time. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, the fox is gonna come. I know they're called a knoll, but I just call them fox, fox or foxy. They look like foxes to me. So I'm gonna put back on my weapon now. Let's get it to the hand axe. Here he comes. Carve up the knoll. All right, doing pretty good. Let's take off the hand axe again and start punching flies. Get over here. Oops, I meant to go diagonal. Try to free space. Fly punching time. Yes, I think I saw a drop. Yeah, we got a healing potion. Nice. So that's what it's all about. That's what all this effort is for. You gotta get those healing. Oh, snake. They are weak and he's surprised, but they're hard to hit when not surprised. So I wonder if just throwing a rock at it will just kill it. Let's try that. No, it dodged it anyway, even though it was surprised. All right. I think I'm just gonna put on my hand axe and kill the snake. Hopefully I don't get too beat up. I mean, I'm not really getting hurt much since I got this new armor. Without that armor, these flies would really be pecking away at me. But yeah, as we've learned from that tip earlier, the snakes are hard as heck to hit. So it keeps dodging. I'm hacking around and the snake's like moving back and forth. But eventually I nailed it. And now let's start punching flies. Let's resume punching flies, I should say. No, it didn't drop something. It did split though. That fly's dead. Let's wait. That fly's dead. I think we're running to the left of the flies. Usually there's some in the back that kind of surprised me. I guess by now I'm not super surprised. So I expect there to be a couple more flies in the back. Let's get my rock again. That's probably a wise thing. It's a glowworm. I had one of the, I remember glowworm. My sister had glowworm. I might have one too. I don't know. Eventually, they had glow friends, which are like little glow in the dark figures. They're kind of like the rubbery plastic. They were kind of like in the same family as glowworm. I don't see any flies though. I mean, they could be back here even, but I don't want to spend too much time running around hunting for flies that may or may not exist. So let's put back on the hand axe and be somewhat satisfied with our one healing potion that we got from all that. And Mr. Foxy's here. Let's go to the door. Oh, he doesn't see me. What's going on? Hey, Foxy. What are you, chicken? Oh, here's a fly. I don't know why I punched the fly. Oh, another fly. Okay, back to the hand axe. Let's chase after the fox. Ryan says, I'm a wimpy boy. I had a puffle too. I don't know what a puffle is. I picked up the potion, right? Yep, here it is. The one with the plus on it, the red cross kind of a thing. Hmm. All right. So yeah, the healing potions, I think they fully heal you, but let me check it out. It will rapidly restore your health and instantly cure many ailments. So yeah, if you're like poisoned or something, it'll help with that too. By the end of the game, you should have, well, let's say by late in the game, you need a nice stockpile of those things or you're going to be in trouble. There's some levels before the end that are ridiculous. See, the dwarven monks you find on like I think it's the third block of level, so maybe like 11 to 15. I could be wrong, it's been a while. These dwarven monks, there's actually the dwarven wizard and the dwarven monks are both annoying. The monks, what they do is they do their kung fu on you or something, and they make you drop your weapon. It's terrible. Okay, more flies. Not Puffle, can't think of. Oh yeah, the stuffed animal that folded into a ball. A Popple, yeah. I remember Popple. I don't think I ever had one. I don't think I was averse to them saying, "Oh, this is too girly for me." I just never got one. All right, so these are fresh new flies. More potion farming to do. Uh-oh, there's one from before too. Look at that. Yeah, like I was saying, it is easy to just miss some. But I need to not be swarmed by these guys, so I'm gonna head over here. All right. Oh, Mr. Foxy. Yeah, that's the one from before that I think I lost. He's it. Oh, there he sees me now. Seems like he's like blind or something. It's the blind knoll. I don't know. Um, I guess I'm gonna head down to try to, deal with one at a time. Bunch. Yeah. Okay, I can go down and around up. I can always loop back if I need to. I have a lot of maneuverability is what I'm getting at. All right, so not really getting as many potions as I'd like, but that's another fresh new fly by the way. But at least I got one so far. Hopefully by the time I finish this fly, I'll get like another one at least. So again, I'm not really sure if they nerfed that thing. Something about these small life meters has me, you know, it has some kind of different, like a flag to it to indicate it's not the original fly. I don't remember if the one that dropped the potion was one that had a small life meter or not. So it's still a mystery to me about how this is working. But here we have a snake again. I'm going to throw a rock again. I'm thinking if they're surprised, maybe you don't get the advantage from a missile weapon. I think it's supposed to be an automatic hit when they're surprised, so maybe it's only for melee. Anyway, what to do? We got flies behind me, a snake in front of me. I think we're going to do something like this. Give him the old slip. Hmm. A lot of people are joining and leaving. I see I have 32 playbacks, but basically, basically just you guys as usual, Ryan and Arturo hanging out. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. If I didn't have anyone to hang out with, I wouldn't do this. Uh-oh, we got a rat too. What'd I get? I got a badge for 50 enemies slain. I thought it was specific to flies for a moment, but no. Like you killed 50 flies. Ooh, this is what the levitation is for, but you can deal with it. This is a trap. These are gripping traps. The trap latches onto the feet of whoever triggers it, damaging them and slowing their movements. Yeah. And it can activate many times without breaking, so there are ways you can trigger a trap. I think you can just throw objects on them even. But in this case, it sounds like you could do it, you'd have to throw a lot of stuff at it before they would break. But on the plus side, I already have mail armor that I kind of just found randomly and it's well upgraded. So I have no real need to go in there unless that happens to be highly upgraded, but not likely. If you notice, it looks like my upgrades are really heavy. Maybe part of it is the badge, but it says it typically blocks 0 to 6 armor, and if you recall, mine blocks 3 to 15. And I'm not sure how much of that is due to the shielding from the badge. But why don't we get the heck out of here, go to the right, and try not to get killed by like a swarm of guys. Punch the fly. Okay, now we got a rat. Let's put on a real weapon for the rat. I probably could have punched that just fine, actually. Good. We got another drop. I just noticed it. Okay, we don't want to get swarmed. Oh, shoot. I mean, I can handle. I can just plow through them. It's I try not to be in a position where I have to plow through enemies. Otherwise, it's try to go down. But if I try to sneak back to the right, I think there's still some flies and maybe something else back there. With the snake, I kind of lost track. So I might just plow through the knoll and the snake to the left. It's definitely doable. Oh, they're surprised for some reason. I don't know why. What surprised them? Is it because I put on an axe and like, oh crap, he's actually armed after all. Yeah, we can get in our freebie from the surprise. Kill off the snake, hopefully. Hey, it worked. Cool. And now we punch again. I bet you guys didn't go into the stream thinking you were going to watch a guy punch flies for 20 minutes straight. Uh-oh, I smell a rat. Punch him too. Punches for everybody. So I'm hungry, by the way. I'm just taking note of that fact. I am starving now. Alright, so I thought I was going to be at the boss since I last ate food, but no such luck. But the question is, do I want to eat now? It's kind of tough. The food is scarce. I have one food ration that went the mystery meat, and again, the mystery meat I think sometimes has negative effects unless you cook or freeze it. So that's one use for a potion of fire, by the way, the liquid flame one. Okay, Ryan says he's out. Thanks for joining, Ryan. I always appreciate the chat. And I guess I'll see you next time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on Monday, maybe. I might just continue Chrono Trigger. I don't know if you were there. I don't think you were. But I was playing Chrono Trigger. I played it for about 2 hours, maybe a little less. And it was fun. But see you. Have a good night, Ryan. Punching fly. Punching fly. Now, yeah, today I learned that Ryan, his second last name is Cote. I always thought it was like Cote. Alright, so did I pick up that potion or did I leave it? I think I left it because I didn't want to waste a turn picking it up in the midst of the battle. starting to take starving damage. Shoot. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't let it go down too much. See, when I was used to strategizing, and I think the warrior, but I already said it, but the warrior would by default have the food heals him. So I would wait till I got hurt a bit. It might have even been you got fully healed. No, it probably wasn't that. It was probably like 5 hit points. So I would wait till I was down a bit and then I would eat it. Now to be sure though, I'm looking at this life meter and there's something I don't understand. It says 33 plus 7 out of 35? I think that what it means. Does that mean I have... I don't know. I have no idea how to interpret that. That's a new thing to me. I don't think it was in the original Pixel Dungeon. So I'm not sure what that means, but it looks like visually I am hurt, right? Maybe it's saying... I was gonna say maybe it means I'm down by 2 hit points, but it seems like more gray area than you know, 2 out of 35 should look like. So I'm just not sure what that plus 7 means. All right, so keep punching. Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat a food or at least consider it. Hmm. I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't want to be foodless, but I don't want to drain my health too much before the boss. I guess I'll just eat it. Okay, I've eaten the food. I'm punching flies. I mean, this is the downside of punching flies. You have the food issues. You spend so many turns punching them. I should probably just cool it now. I got my 2 potions. That's decent enough. I'll finish this fly off, I guess. All right, we got 2 potions of healing. It's something. But let's put on the hand axe so we can chop them up faster. Finish exploring and go down to the boss level. Here's a locked door. I do have the key apparently. Ooh, there is a trap right there. Let's step around it. And a tombstone. This ancient tomb may contain something useful, but its owner will certainly object to checking. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was dumb. There's 4 of them, huh? So we got 4 ghosts. They're hard to hit. You have to kind of surprise them. That was in the guide, right? Narrates the vengeful spirit of a sinner whose grave or tomb was disturbed. Being an ethereal entity is very hard to hit with a regular weapon. Shoot. But I wonder if my upgrade means it's not regular. Because it's kind of enchanted, sort of. I don't know if that means it. I hope it does. But what was the weapon? It looks like mail that's flashing, so it must have a rune applied to it. And Arthur asks, there were 4 guys in that tomb? Yeah, it was 1 grave, it looked like. Male armor of overgrowth. So this might be the one that I was talking about that roots you. Let me read it. It is described with the curse of overgrowth. Armor of overgrowth is covered in various blooming plants. While this effect certainly looks interesting, it does nothing for defense, and these plants will randomly activate in combat. Okay, so it's garbage. It says you can feel a malevolent magic lurking within this armor. That means it's cursed, so that is worthless essentially. And unfortunately, I gotta fight 3 wraiths now. I feel like they probably don't hit you easily, but you can't hit them easily either. So what I can do is just try to go to the doors and knock them off one at a time. Let's see if they hurt me much. Okay, I got 1 probably. Yeah, I was able to surprise 1. So just got to keep going to the doors. Yeah, let's go down, I suppose. Got 2. Door didn't close though. He was surprised anyway, but he dodged, huh? Let's not go to the trap room. These guys don't seem like they're that much trouble. Of course, it's annoying when Snake comes at the same time. Hey, I leveled up. Cool. Alright, I think there's 1 more wraith. Or did I kill them all? And I've got a surprise crab. And we find a seed of fade leaf. I think that's the one that makes you like invisible. Touching a fade leaf will teleport. Oh, it's teleportation. Teleport any creature to a random place on the current level. Okay, so I don't. That's not really going to help with the boss, I don't think. But I think I left my rock over here, so let's get that. Yeah, we should get that. What else? I don't care about the cursed armor. But do I want to go back up there? I don't quite recall if I don't know. Did I leave anything? Hey, Stu. Stu says, wow, I didn't completely miss it. Mark, I cast a wand of hurricane on your. Oh, yeah. Don't rub it in, Stu. Yeah, so I'm here on Long Island, so I'm going to get hit with a hurricane tomorrow. And Arturo here got hit with a hurricane today down where he's at. But welcome, Stu. Thanks for joining. I am probably going to wrap this up in about 5-10 minutes. Maybe just fight this boss, and then if I win, hooray, leave it at that. If I die, then too bad, so sad. But yeah, I don't think there's any reason to backtrack up. Part of me likes to just kind of do that by default. Like if I find some monsters and I run away, trying to lead them and fight them off one at a time. I like to go back usually because I just feel like maybe I left something, but I don't think I did in this case. Stu said it's worse for me even though I am in Jersey? Why is it worse for you? Oh, he says my daughter is supposed to fly out of JFK in about 24 hours, midnight tomorrow. I'm very nervous it'll get effed up. Oh, geez. I'm sorry, Stu. Yeah, that could be bad. Well, good luck to her and to you. Hopefully it's not too bad. I think it's only a Cat 1 hurricane. I guess you don't want to take off in any hurricane, though. Yeah, that's rough. All right, let's keep exploring. Okay, this part connected. Stu says that's why I'm so late dealing with this crap. Yeah, that's no fun, but you gotta do important stuff before game streams, right? Okay, we've explored the whole level, it looks like. So we're gonna head to Mr. Glob. At least I think it's still the Glob in this game. Is there anything I can do before the boss? Not really at this point. I could just read the random potion and scroll. I'm inclined not to at the moment. I could use the stylus, but I'm also inclined not to do that because if I recall correctly, those glyphs can be bad about as equally as they can be good. Yeah, Stu said they hope the hurricane will completely blow through the area before that. I hope so too. I think it's going straight up north, right? Hopefully it moves quickly. Alright, it's boss time, guys. Let's see if it's the glob that I'm used to. The glob that I know and love from the original game. But yeah, Stu, to fill you in briefly, this is Shattered Pixel Dungeon. A variant of Pixel Dungeon. I've played the original Pixel Dungeon quite a bit. And this variant was in development for 7 years, but it just came into a full release form yesterday or 2 days ago, version 1.0, and they released it for iOS. So I bought that and I'm playing on that right now. So let's do some grass exploration before we go. Got some dew for the water skin. And we got a new seed. What's this one? Swift Thistle. That probably makes you faster. When trampled, Swift Thistle will briefly accelerate the flow of time around it, allowing the trampler to perform several actions instantly. Alright, that could be great for the boss. Now, as I mentioned, even though it's just the first boss, it tends to be very dangerous, and you have to kind of pull out all the stops you've got. However, I don't remember ever having armor this badass. I think it's that, what do you call it? The seal. But I don't know if I should just expect the seal to, you know, carry me through the fight. So I might just want to use this seed. I'll use this on myself to be faster. And I'll use this one, the poison one, on the blob. So hopefully between all that, I can just wreck them. And if it's overkill, then that's fine. I'll probably find more seeds soon. They tend to be pretty plentiful. Here's another one, in fact, Storm Vine. Gravity affects the storm vine plant strangely, allowing its wispy blue tendrils to hang on the air. Anything caught in the vine is affected by this and becomes disoriented. Okay, so you confuse the enemy in that, I guess. Ah, how's your 2064 game going, Stu? All right. Hmm. If I recall correctly, this the blob level or the glob would usually be very straightforward and not really have options like this. So I guess they changed that a little bit. It looks like I have three ways I can go. Oh, yeah, this is the level used to just be basically, I think, just one room and then the boss and no other critters, but it is different here. So here we have a sewer crab, and is this the glob himself? No, it's a slime. That's new to me. The glob was black normally, by the way. So I guess he has slime henchmen now. It might not even be the boss level in this game. Something's definitely different, so I'm not sure what to expect. Uh, did I ever use my talent upgrades? I have some. Oh, I have some upgrades still. Okay. Hmm. I think I'm gonna do Iron Will again. I might have two left because I think I forgot to use a couple. But I don't know how you see how many you have. At any rate, I think I'm gonna use another on Iron Will. And I only had one. Okay, so Hearty Meal I'll use next. But I now have an extra shield protection from the thingy. Yeah, so it says 8 shielding down here. But if you notice, it doesn't say, if you look where it said the armor blocks 3 to 15, I think that's the same as before I upgraded the seal. So I guess the shielding is something on top of the 3 to 15. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape with that defense now. Anyway, we gotta fight a crab and a foxy lady. I mean, a foxy guy. Foxy lady. Alright, so I don't know what to expect from this slime. Probably not too much, but you never know. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't bad. It left a sword, though. A short sword, probably useless. Hmm. Are you streaming tonight, Stu? Oh, it says I have one viewer. I don't even know if anybody's watching anymore. Sometimes the numbers are wrong, though. Let's lead the foxy guy to the door, as we like to do. I'm getting hit like so never, though, that I'm wondering if I shouldn't be wasting time leading monsters back to doors quite so much. At least not the weaker monsters. Sad Ghost. So the Sad Ghost, he gives you a quest. This is definitely more of a full level than the boss level used to be, or this might not even be the boss level anymore. Sad Ghost says, "Hello, warrior. Once I was like you, strong and confident, but I was slain by an ancient creature. I can't leave this place, not until I have my revenge. Slay the great crab." The great crab. I don't like crabs. They're bad in this game. "That has taken my life. It is unnaturally old." This might be leading up to a boss that's different from the glob I'm used to. "It's unnaturally old with a massive single claw and a thick shell. Beware its claw. You must surprise the crab or it will block with it." Okay, so it's got a thick shell and I must surprise it. Talk to it again. "It will always block when it sees you coming." That's the key tip and it gets you, I guess. "Please help me slay the crustacean." Okay, I'll slay the crustacean for you. All good, because you asked nicely. I did get some food, which is very nice. And I got another upgrade scroll. That's cool. Okay. I think I'll still just hold on to it because I feel like I'm pretty strong overall. And I do want to see this book flashing at the top right. The journal thing. I'm afraid I'm gonna click in a bad place. I wonder if I just move the map so that I'm in a place that you can't go to. Maybe that would help avoid that. I'm not sure. Here we go. No, it says settings. I'm too far to the right then I'm clicking. So yeah, this is what my one bit of feedback I want to leave to the dev, that on iOS at least, or at least on iPhone, It's hard to get these small buttons just right, and it can be pretty negative if you miss it. Come on, there we go. Upgrades. The deeper you go into a dungeon, the more important it is that you're using magically enhanced gear. Oops, I skipped it. Shoot. I kind of know how upgrades work, so. But I think I can go back. Yeah, here we go. Higher tier weapon and armor gain more power from upgrades, but you'll also need the strength to use them properly. Wands, rings, and artifacts don't need strength, but have limited usages or don't help as directly in combat. Making good choices about what you upgrade is one of the most important ways to set yourself up for success later in the dungeon. The most successful adventurers will end their dungeon runs with highly upgraded, high-tier gear. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. But this game is very nicely designed that it makes the decisions tough in in an interesting way. It's not just that you ever have such an abundance of upgrades that you can just use them all carelessly. It's that it's always like, you have to balance what do I need now versus what do I need later. If I need some upgrades now, then sure, I gotta spend them. But ideally I save them until later when I have the best weapons and armor. And I save all the upgrades for that point. I just got an indigo potion. I don't know what it does. And my food. Here's a crab. Probably not the crab he's asking about. I'm assuming it's going to be obvious, like a boss fight. Do I want to go down or backtrack up there? I almost feel like this is going to be more stuff to prepare me. And the locked door is going to be the boss, maybe. So why don't I just start by going to this door. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the one-clawed crab. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, I meant to look. Great crab. This crab is gigantic, even compared to other sewer crabs. Its blue shell is covered in cracks and barnacles, showing great age. It lumbers around slowly, barely keeping balance with its massive claw. While the crab only has one claw, its size easily compensates. The crab holds the claw in front of any threat, shielding itself behind an impenetrable wall of carapace. However, the crab cannot block attacks it doesn't see coming or attacks from multiple enemies at once. Multiple enemies at once? I think there is a scroll or potion, I forget which, that it's kind of like mirror image in D&D, where basically it multiplies you into many illusions. I think illusions can still harm, they can still do attacks, so maybe that's what they're talking about. But I guess I need to position myself so I can surprise it. They say his shell will block attacks. One nice thing though, compared to the regular crabs that move fast, he seems to only move one. At least when I did a search accidentally, he moved only one space. So I'm wondering what I should do. Probably I'm gonna go down through this door and try to get the surprise and see if that works. He's actually surprised right now. I wonder if throwing a rock will work. Let's try it. Blocked. Ah. Okay, so no such luck with that. This is not a dead end, is it? Okay, I think we're okay. I think I'm gonna wait right here for Mr. Krabs to show up. You ready, guys? Carefully wait. Carefully wait. There he is. Kill him. 5 damage, not a lot. He's blocking a lot now, right? Yeah, he's blocking like they said, but he's not hurting me at least. The only thing is, there is, you sit there just smacking him back and forth, each time, okay, in the original game, you had like a durability, and each time you get hit, the durability would go down, even if the amount was 0. So, and even if the damage amount was 0. I heard they kind of reduced or eliminated that in this version of the game. I can't recall which. So I'm wondering if it's okay or not to just kind of go toe to toe, back and forth, doing little damage, hoping I get in a good hit once in a while. I'm gonna actually look it up really quick. So, Shattered, fix the dungeon. I'm assuming there's a wiki somewhere out there. Let's see how it works in this game. Uh, Bear with me one moment. I feel like they made it so things don't break as much, but there might still be some of it. Item degradation. So I don't want to spend too much time, but let me just see if Pixel Dungeons has item degradation. It could be they lessened it a lot, or it could be it doesn't exist anymore. That used to be a big problem. Like my natural Spidey sense is saying, "Why I can't just keep smacking him, missing, and he hits me for zero. If I keep that up, he's gonna break my armor, and then I'll be in deep trouble." But I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Let's try to find out here. All right. I looked around a little bit and I couldn't find an answer. So I'm just gonna keep going and see what happens. So let's do it. Okay, Mr. Krabs. I mean, I could lead him through the door as well, but I don't know what's behind these doors, so it could be problematic. Hmm. This isn't really working. They did say you kind of had to block him. I mean, did have to surprise him. So I guess I'll just go through the door. Oops, meant to go diagonal. He's definitely much slower than most crabs. He sometimes doesn't even move at all. Like he moves maybe half the time or 75% of the time. He'll move one square, but sometimes he doesn't move at all. He didn't move that time. Yeah, let's get him now. There's also a fly. You were like the buzzing of flies to Vigo. Yeah, surprising 10 damage. He's more than halfway dead. Uh, let's keep going through doors. I think we just have to. Fortunately, he's slower. He'd be very dangerous. Now, the issue is they don't have a way to surprise him anymore, and he's blocking the door. I might just have to get lucky with one hit, or I could maybe just one blast of a magic missile or something would do it. Um, let's try that. Magic missile. What's this potion I got, by the way? It's unknown. Okay. Indigo, that's right. Anybody still there in the chat, by the way? It says one concurrent viewer, and it usually counts myself. But YouTube is bad about um the number is kind of approximate. So let's zap a wand, though. He blocked the wand even. Jeez, I don't want to waste charges if he's going to block the wand. I'm thinking I just have to keep pounding him until I get lucky. If it's literally impossible for me to hit him, I don't know if that's the case, but if it is, I would have to make a dive down to the chasm, which would hurt me a lot, but send me to the next level. But I'm thinking they wouldn't make it impossible to hurt him if you don't surprise him, right? I just don't know if that's the truth. I don't know if that's factual, but I would think they wouldn't make it impossible. Like maybe you have at least a 5 or 10% chance of hitting him. Sheesh. Blocked, blocked, blocked. Huh. I don't like this. Now, is there a way I could sneak past him? Probably. I could probably lure him in such a way that I'd be able to sneak past him and get back through the door. But the freaking fly could block me and then. Hmm. Have any other tricks up my sleeve? I could put the poison down and he steps in it. That might be the way to go. He's only got a few hit points, right? Guess it's just me now. You're gone, Arturo. Doesn't give me an exact number of hit points. It just gives me a meter, but that looks very low to me. So, guess I'll try throwing the seed of poison in its path. And here we go, guys. Let's see if it works. Just purple one, right? Yeah, the seed of sorrow moss. Deadly venom. Here we go. Let's see if it works. Why is the apparently the fly is confused? I don't get it. Yeah, that did it. I killed the crab. I got some mystery meat out of it. I have 3 mystery meat now. I think it gave me 2. Cool. So now we can talk to the ghost, and the fly disappeared. What happened? Is that why he was confused? He would disappear. Now there he is. So the question becomes, do I want to go fly punching? That's my favorite hobby, fly punching, not fly fishing. I think I should do it. It's definitely worth it to get some healing potions. Now, by the way, when you trying to recall, I remember I used to have this logic in my mind that it was worth even the hunger cost of doing this because every healing potion was filling up your meter, so it was almost like canceling the hunger. That was my thought. I wonder if it literally cancels the starving status as well as healing you. I'm not sure if that's true. Oops, I meant to go diagonal. I would do that. Oh, got a slime to deal with too. Great. Put on the weapon. Oh, the ghost is back. He's good though. He's the one who gave me the quest. Give me my reward. Okay, defeated giant crab or great crab. Thank you, that giant crab is slain, and I can finally rest. I wonder what twisted magic allowed it to live so long. Please take one of these items. They are useless to me now. Maybe they will help you in your journey. Also, there is an item lost in this dungeon that is very dear to me. If you ever find my rosebud. No, my rose. So the leather armor is worse than what I've got, and the spear is probably worse than the sai that I'm holding on to. Might even be worse than the hand axe I have now. But I guess the leather armor is much more clearly worse. Unless it has some magical properties. I'm gonna go with the spear. Oh yeah, the spear, I remember it being both good and bad. And I think it has to do with these two sentences at the bottom. It says, it is a rather slow weapon, and also it has extra reach. So how did the reach actually play out in the game? I don't recall. Maybe it let you attack from 2 spaces away. I don't really remember that, though. Anyway, I'm going to take it. All right. Are we punching or hand axing? We're hand axing right now. Let's go back to punching. Punching some flies. Punching some flies. Uh-oh. Flies over there, too. Flies to the left. Flies to the right. Volleyed in thunder. Should we go crab punching, too? Hand axe for the crab. I wonder if Arturo lost his internet. He said he loses it in the rain sometimes. And it's been raining by him. I just gained a level. I'm level 6. Now we have tier 2 of talents. This is exciting to me. I've never seen these ones. It looks like the first one will give you like defense when you eat. And that's interesting. But I kind of want to just get the lower level one. But let's read what we got here. Iron Stomach. Eating food takes the warrior 1 turn and grants him 75% damage resistance while eating. And level 2, it's 100%. Okay, so that's just so only while eating. So it's not like you beef up and you can go on a rampage after that. It sounds like it's just if you want to eat in the thick of battle, you can essentially. Hey, Stu. Stu has that perk, he says. Nobody can touch you when you're eating. Next one is Restored Willpower. Drinking a potion of healing instantly recharges 67% of the shielding from the warrior's broken seal. And the next level is 100%. This talent also triggers when drinking potions or elixirs based on potions of healing. Okay. Runic Transference. Lets you transfer regular glyphs the same way you transfer an upgrade with your broken seal. Okay. Lethal Momentum. When the warrior lands a killing blow with a physical weapon, it has a 67% chance to take 0 turns. Huh. And level 2 with 100% chance of that. That is nice. So you finish off an enemy and it doesn't even cost you a turn. That could especially be good with dealing with a swarm of weaker enemies, I would think. Just kind of, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. They don't get a chance to attack you. Improvised projectiles. The warrior can blind an enemy for 2 turns by throwing any item that isn't a thrown weapon at them. Pocket sand. Wait, that's by throwing any item that isn't a thrown weapon. Okay, so you can't use a normal weapon. You have to throw a piece of food or something. And it had a 50 turn cooldown. And level 2 is the same, but for 3 turns instead of 2. Some interesting stuff. Kind of like the lethal momentum quite a bit. And also the first tier hearty meal is nice too. But I am starting to get quite tired. I'm gonna try to wrap this up real soon. Let's do an upgrade and maybe clear out this level, and then we'll call it an evening. Yes, I think I'm debating between lethal momentum and hearty meal. I don't like lethal momentum because that could be fun in my fly punching activities. Wait, but I can't actually add this one. Oh, I can only upgrade that one. Does it cost 2? What does it say down here? It probably told me. It might cost 2 talent points for level 2 stuff. But I can still get the hearty meal. Or it could be you have to fill up all of tier 1 before you can upgrade tier 2 stuff. I should check the manual. Yeah, I got a pile of flies on me. Let me see if I can tap this correctly without screwing it up. Okay. Where are talents here? Maybe it's in the introduction. No. It looks like I don't have the tip on talents yet. Or maybe it's over here. No. No. These are identifications over here, by the way. All right, I don't know. I think I'm going to get the eating upgrade then. And I will continue to punch flies. Unequip. Don't want to get boxed in. Nah, they can go over the... Forgot they can go over the empty space without a floor. I guess it makes sense. They are flies after all. I like the punch flies because it maximizes the splitting that they do without me actually killing them. I had the whole explanation earlier, Stu. They about 1/5 of the time will drop a healing potion. So what I do is I let them multiply by dealing as little damage at a time as possible. Meaning I have fewer killing blows, maximize their splitting, and therefore maximize the healing potions. But it can take a lot of time to do, and it can, it has some risks to it too, because you have to make sure you don't get boxed in by them. You sometimes run into other bad guys like this foxy face here. Let's kill off this fox. Yeah, there we go. Now I'll continue to punch them. Yeah, I've only played the original Pixel Dungeon, but assuming things basically work the same, this is like what I found to be a critical strategy to success in this game. You have to farm for the healing potions by punching flies. Fortunately, it is best to kind of have a nice clear path that you can keep progressing through and lead them along. And it doesn't look like I'm headed there. I might have to swoop back upward if they don't block me in, which can easily happen. I might just have to punch my way through them. What was that? I thought that was your pet dog like in that act. No, no, I don't have pet flies. I actually got hit by something. Wow. Let's head upwards. Fortunately, my armor is really good. If I had lesser armor, each of those zeros you see could easily be like a 1 or a 2, and they would really whittle me down pretty fast, probably. Another thing I'm doing is if there's no empty space next to the fly, it won't split. So I'm trying to not attack them until there is an empty space. And they don't always split with every hit, as you can see. And I'm not getting the healing potions. It might not be, my 1/5 estimate might not actually be right. Could be more like 1/10 or something. Let's fight the slime. I actually have a weapon on for this. I got another spear. I remember not really liking spears because they're really slow. But it is doing 2 to 20 damage, and I only do 3 to 15 with the hand axe. Still, this sai, once I can use it, are probably going to be a lot better. Alright, what did I get? 500 gold collected badge. Woohoo. Here's a key, another fly up there. Alright. Fly punching time. It looked like a dog. Oh, not. Stu said, not the fly. That thing he said was a fox. Oh, okay. Pet flies would be lit, says Arturo. Hey, in that heck, you can get basically a pet anything. If you have the right spells like Charm Monster. Some people actually integrate that into their strategy. They try to get like a really badass guy, like an Archon is a favorite. I don't recall why an Archon is a favorite. Ooh, I shouldn't have stepped in here because this is one of the piranha rooms. Well, I can still squeeze out diagonally, but these piranha are not to be trifled with. I'm trying to remember the trick here. I think it might be to levitate. I'm not sure. I do know if you just charge in and hope for the best, you're gonna die. At least from my experience from the original game. Uh-oh. They're trying to trap me in. Yeah, I'm not having a huge amount of success with the potion farming, but I did get 2. Fly punching. That's a more fun phrase than potion farming. Fly punching. Fortunately, his armor is good. And yeah, they definitely removed the durability thing. In the original, it was like maybe every 20 hits or so, roughly speaking, I don't quite remember, would totally destroy your armor. And even if they did 0 damage, it would count against that. But what you could do is run an upgrade, like it would be a meter. When the meter gets really small, you can run an upgrade, and it would not only add the plus to the armor, it would also replenish the meter for durability. You could also use upgrade on a broken armor, but in that case, it would not add to the plus, it would only repair it. So the trick was to use the upgrade scroll just when the meter was really low. But it seems like they removed that entirely from this game. Or they just made the durability much greater and you don't see a meter, perhaps. I think they just removed it entirely. Anyway, let's carve up the slime with my trusty hand axe. And now we punch flies again. Oops, misclicking, unfortunately. And here comes a crab. I got crabs again. Where's Ryan to make that joke? You can make the jokes too, right? I have 4 mystery meat. Yeah, so one thing I want to do is at some point, if I have a source of fire, like I find another potion of liquid flame, I can put the 4 mystery meat on the ground, throw the flame, and they'll be cooked and therefore become good food to eat. They don't fill you quite as much as the food ration, but they are good. When you eat the mystery meat raw, it can harm you sometimes. I seem to remember it's generally just a bad idea to do. You can also freeze them. Anyway, what are we doing here? How do I want to handle the piranha? Do I want to try to handle piranhas? I don't remember if levitation was a trick or not, or was it something else? Maybe it was invisibility. I think that was the one. Yeah, that was the recommended thing. Or just, not the recommended, but the thing they would do is, like what I told you before is, if they give you a room like this, like or one with a bunch of traps. They'll give you the appropriate potion or scroll elsewhere in the level all the time, at least according to my experience with the original game. So I think the trick for the piranha is you want to be invisible, and hopefully one of my unknown potions would be invisibility then. So I'm inclined to just chug it now and hope for the best. Chug both of them. So let's try that. Are there any more flies around to punch first? Here, flyy, flyy. I think I might have got them all. Okay, we're gonna try potions and see what happens. The piranha are sleeping. We don't want to wake them. So let's try this one. And I think this is a potion I got last indigo. Invisible, look at that. Did I call it, guys? Squeak by. Be very quiet. Feel the treasure and get out of the glaive, I believe. Let's get that. I'm whispering because if I speak too loud, the piranha in the game will wake up. Got a glaive. So that is a strong weapon. Look at the strength requirement. It's 18. The tier 5 weapon. I think that's the top tier actually. There's only 5 tiers, I believe. But it requires 18 strength to use it. I only have 12. Um, and it's free of malevolent magic, so somehow I know. I don't know if it's my ability related to identify. I don't think it is. I can see it's not cursed, but it does 5 to 40 damage by default, and if I can upgrade it, even better. So that could be something I save my upgrades for, because each upgrade would not only make it, stronger in battle, but it would reduce the strength cost. But yeah, I really need to find more strength potions. Although as I said earlier, I think they give you 2 per region of 5 levels, and I am on level 5, I believe. How do you see what level you're on? The 6 in the corner, that's the level of my guy. Oh, that 4 in the corner might mean I'm only on level 4. I thought I was on 5. That's why I was expecting the glob boss. I think I might not be on level 5. In any event, I am gonna wrap this up soon. Let's get out of the piranha pool though. Whew. Yeah, let's just finish this level and then call it. There's some treasure down there I gotta get. That would be a good idea to get at least. Here's a scroll of Isaz. I don't know what that is. My inventory is getting full, so let's read a random scroll. Scroll of Isaz. Your scroll emits a brilliant flash of red light. What does that even do? That might be like searching or something. It shows you like secret doors. I'm gonna Google it real quick. A flash of red light will overwhelm all creatures in your field of view with terror, and they will turn and flee. Attacking a fleeing enemy will dispel the effect. Okay, so the all of 0 enemies around me fled in terror. So that did nothing this time, but I know what it is at least. There is the locked door there. Is there anything else to explore? I guess over there. Shoot. I hate to run all the way back there while while the starvation kicks in. I guess it's time to eat some food. Let's just do it. And now I have the ability to heal up when I eat, so it'll give me some hit points back, plus reduce or cancel the starvation damage. All right. And actually, it'll be the opposite of that. I'll actually heal up. Oh, well, you know what I gotta do, guys? I gotta punch the fly some more. Oh, I haven't been too productive with the fly punching. I only got 2 potions. I must have to be in like 50 of these guys, right? I don't know. I'm not really keeping track, so it's hard for me to estimate the numbers. But I do feel like either I'm unlucky or they weaken the amount of potions you can get from these flies. They just reduce the probability or something. That's a dead end. I don't want to go in there. Hmm. Did I knock them all off already? Huh. I'm always surprised. Like every time I think I kill the flies, yeah, there's some in the back. Exactly. All right, let's do it. And we got Mr. Foxy bothering me again. What was that movie and or book about? Somebody and Mr. Fox or something. Was it Roald Dahl or something? The Fantastic Mr. Fox, was it? Kill the Foxy. Hey, got a potion out of it. See, it's worth it. It's worth punching the flies. Even if one of them might be Jeff Goldblum. Kind of want to punch him sometimes. Okay, got some flies down. Got a potion out of it, so it's all worthwhile. I'm sure I'll run into a couple more, but I've got the hand axe on again. Oh, okay, so the crab showed up. Kill the crab. Insert got crabbed jokes here. And I will finish heading back to that pile of gold pieces, etc. Oh, more flies. All right, here we go. Mm-hmm. Got crabs again. Oh, I misjudged that. I don't know why they get surprised sometimes. Like they're charging me, like rushing to attack me, and then they're like, "Oh my God!" So I wonder if it's an item I have, or I wonder if it's just that if you attack. I'm just making stuff up, but maybe if you have such good gear that that once they close in to attack you, you impress them, that it kind of like has the surprise effect. Like they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't think you would be that tough." I'm just speculating, letting my imagination run like crazy. All right, let's go to the locked door. Hopefully, I can open that. Running all the way around. I'm gonna get, yeah, I'm already hungry again. So when you do all this running back and forth, that does have that problem. I found a torn alchemy page book and the alchemy pot thingy or cauldron, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's alchemy pot. So with the alchemy pot, you can I think you can mix potions to make other potions. And we got Stone of Blast, Turquoise Potion, Stone of Blink. Wow, a lot of stuff is happening. Stone of Blast, the rune stone will instantly explode at the location it is thrown to, just like a bomb. The explosion will, just like a bomb, comma. The explosion will deal damage to anything nearby. Stone of Blink, it's a teleport. Teleport the user to the location it's thrown to. Let's check out the alchemy page so I can refresh my memory. Creating potions. Give me 1 second. All right, creating potions. Welcome to Practical Applications of Alchemy. This book serves as a recipe reference for hobbyists, alchemists, and adventurers looking to get their hands dirty. We will start with the most iconic alchemy recipe. Place any 3 seeds into an alchemy pot to brew a random potion. Every seed has a potion counterpart, and the potion you create may relate to one of the seeds used. Using multiple of the same seed will increase the chance for this to occur. Yeah, I remember calling this now. It's basically like each seed corresponds to a potion, right? So maybe the green one, for example, corresponds to a potion of healing. So if you put in like 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red, you have a 1/3 chance of the green one being the potion, so it would be healing. Otherwise, it would be whatever the blue one gets you, or the red, like a 1/3 chance of each. But if you put in 2 green and 1 of, say, the red, you have a 2/3 chance of getting the healing that you want. So it's basically if you get, you can lean the odds in your favor um, by putting in several of one type, or I think if it's all of one type, it would be guaranteed. but I don't really recall like what these mappings either even are. You know, it was kind of an arbitrary example when I say green is healing. All right, why don't we just try it out for fun? I do have 3 seeds. I kind of want some of these though, because I'm not sure if I have a boss fight in my near future. Like that glob I keep talking about, and these would be good to have. So I'm kind of shy about using them right away. For a potion, I don't even know what it will be. All right, I think that can be my cue to sign off. When I come back, I can decide if I want to keep the seeds or use the potion. I wish I could just verify which level I'm on. Is that the 4 in the top? Can I tap that? Seems to be showing that every time. Oh, no, don't do it. Oh, crap. All right. Well, let's do a little punching before we go. Me and my fly punching. I played the original Pixel, excuse me, Pixel Dungeon quite a bit on my train commute. It's nice I got a healing potion. This was like my default for months on the train and subway. And I beat it with 3 of the 4 characters. Never quite got it with the Huntress. Huntress is a specialist in ranged weapons. Um, but I beat it with the Warrior, the Mage, and the Rogue. And also, I think you can get subclasses later on too. So there's 2 subclasses of each main type. I think I beat it with all the subclasses too for the first 3 types, but not the Huntress at all. Go away, slime. I love slime. I love flies. But I'm like almost having this like, you know, spidey sense telling me, no, this is bad what you're doing, because it used to be that durability was a huge concern, and if you get surrounded with flies and they keep doing 0 damage, your armor is going to get knocked off very quickly. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I am still starving though. All right, what do we got? 4 potions? That's not bad. It's nice when you can have a pile of like 20, but 4 is a decent start. Yeah, I guess we'll call it there. Let's put on the weapon just so I don't run around punching things when I come back that are not flies, like because I had forgotten to put on a weapon basically. Oh, here's the fly again. I'll just chop him with the axe. He's almost dead. He's not really going to split. All right, that's all. Let's go. Thanks for watching, Stu and Arturo, and whoever else may be watching. And Stu, I hope everything goes okay with your daughter at JFK, and also with the hurricane in general, and you too with your hurricane, Arturo. Hope the rain doesn't kill your internet for work and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get some rest, and then hopefully the hurricane doesn't pound me too hard. All right, good night, Stu. Good night, Arturo. Good night, anybody else who will be watching, who happens to be watching. And take care, guys. Oh, cool. Stu says, looks like the hurricane is veering east and it might miss Long Island. That's good. Good to hear. I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, take care, guys. Peace out.